The heck?
Oh,
All right, I
there
should
he
be back
is.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we
Oh
back.
my gosh, dude.
We getting pink up in here.
I
Oh
can't
wait,
Oh,
no,
you
he's
can-
turning red.
Yeah, the heck? All right. So let's see. 15 minutes in. Welcome to the ADLR Podcast again. Let's turn these things back on, I guess. Boom.
Excuse me.
Don't tap, Randall.
Ain't nobody
Never tap
tapping.
the mic.
All right. So we should be good now. Goodness.
Does my mic work?
Yes, your mic should still work. My mic works. I gotta take off the delay for my video because it's all kinds of messed up. So filters, take that off. Close. Bam.
This is gonna be our best podcast yet.
It's called
Welcome to
Trainwreck.
Episode 1 of this new podcast
Yeah, dude.
called
I'm-
Hey, We Talking.
I was thinking I was calling something about about it and stuff, and I'm like, oh, we got it. When the name of the podcast just comes to you mid podcast, that's what you want. Trainwreck. Oh crap! What are we doing here? Oh, we're moving on from kidding. Speaking.
Chelsea asked you what you do all week.
Oh, which was oh, let me start back from the. Okay, kidding. We did that. During the hurricane, I played a bunch of Agents of Mayhem. Brian talked about it on this podcast. I don't know how long ago. And I installed it. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, maybe it's a good single player. And I never played it until I loaded up my Xbox during the hurricane while we were waiting for it to not hit us. And then it's Saints Row with a bunch of hero classes, and I like it a lot. I kept playing it over and over. Continue to play it. I think I played it 2 days ago. Yeah, Sunday. I played it Sunday in the morning for a bit. Almost finished with the story mode. Got my first team of characters level 20, which is like max characters, and you start adding like bonus levels to it, like if it was Diablo. Yeah, I don't even know what. It's Saints Row with hero classes. The most unfortunate thing is there's no co-op. Other than that, that's like my only gripe from it. And it runs
That sucks.
horrifically on a console because it's on console. But besides that, yeah, it's fun. The different classes, they all have different, like their own. I mean, they seem kind of one-note personalities, but enough that it makes me laugh. Especially when you get three of them put together and they all. I guess not all of them talk to each other, but they all have their own one-liners. They're hilarious in their own right. But yeah, dude, no co-op is what, for me, kind of killed it. But if you just want to sit another Saints Row thing, but with class-based heroes, I guess, it's pretty fun. And then after Agents, look at that, things are flickering on Discord. Oh my god, dude. What a day, dude.
What a day, what a day.
I think during the hurricane, or maybe before, a little bit before the hurricane, Pokemon Masters came out, the new mobile game.
Before.
It was before? Well, this
Yeah.
is a gacha game. Or getcha? What is it?
Tamagotchi game?
No,
a
I
gotcha.
wish.
Yeah, it's a gotcha. It's a gotchi or gotcha, one of those.
Gacha game, yeah. Basically, when you get trainers and they have their own Pokemon. Most of the gym leader, it seems like it's the last Pokemon that the gym leader would normally throw out. That's their Pokemon assigned to them. So like Misty has Starmie, Brock has Onyx, the Elite Four as well are on there. And just like gacha games, the combat is, what is it? Oh my gosh, what is that game that you play, Kelsey? It's like active turn-based. Like you wait for meters to come up, then your turn's there. Instead of proper turn-based, it's like you wait for your action meter to reach a certain place so you can.
You're talking about like the ATB, like in Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just a turn base, but
ATB. Yeah, Johan also confirmed. So it's like the attack. Yeah, you like wait until you get enough energy or whatever, and then you can do a move that, I guess, costs whatever energy you currently have. But you're balancing it with you're managing it with three because the team has three masters. So
okay.
And you share 1 meter with the max, I think 6 blocks, and a move can take from 1 to 3 blocks, and then you're managing who has what as that's slowly regenerating. There's masters that have Pokemon that. Oh damn, you got me, Randall. You hear what's running right now? And I completely forgot.
Don't worry about it, man.
The AC.
It's gonna sound bad. It's gonna. Do you guys hear it or no?
No.
Every time you have a noise gate, so anytime you start talking, I can hear the noise in the back.
Oof, told you, Randall.
I don't
told
know.
you.
I don't
I mean,
ever hear it. So
If Kelsey doesn't hear it, then I guess most people aren't gonna hear it. Then
Anyway, yeah, some masters have Pokemon that have abilities that manipulate the bar, so I can like completely refresh it or things like that, or you can just use up attacks quick and in succession, if that makes sense, without any like waiting for cooldown. What else is the combat with? That's about it. In the first, and you build up moves. Like your ultimate move is basically every 9 attacks or moves that anybody in your group does, you get like an ult, and it's all Pokemon type based, like Leaf or Grass, Fire, whatever. And you're just basically trying to see. You're playing puzzles with, hey, my enemy is rocks. I gotta hit it with water or grass, so let me build up this grass ult so I can hit his main person to kill him.
All right.
some of them mega evolve your Pokemon, so they have different moves.
That's
So
also a
then
good
you're
point.
like, oh, do I use my super on this character so that they're mega evolved and then they just body everybody, or do I just use the specific type and kill it? Overall, it's just meh to me. I'm only playing it just because I haven't gotten Lapras yet. But once I do, I can stop playing.
is this on the phone, right?
Yeah, it's a mobile
Yeah.
phone. It's like
Is it free or is it?
yeah.
It's
Think of it
free.
as a Pokemon. What is it? I keep thinking Dragon's Nest. It's not Dragon's Nest. Dragalia Lost.
Dragalia Lost. Yeah,
Like,
Like
it
Kelsey,
keeps
when you
making
load
that-
it up, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is legit. Like UI, the icons for like the people you get, it's like they swapped anime characters as all they did.
In terms of gameplay, it's nothing like it, or battles, nothing like it. But I guess the rest of it is like your typical gacha game.
I mean, anything's better than
Combat-wise,
Pokemon
They're
Go
not the same.
How dare you? How
or
dare
Let's
you?
Go. Pokemon Let's Go.
How dare you again?
That shit was awful.
You're awful. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Season
shit.
1. But yeah, it's free, so it's just like your gacha games. If you're into gachas, if you're into gachas and Pokemon, you'll probably enjoy yourself. The story, I have no idea what the story is.
It's
You
just
can
some
set-
bullshit.
You can set the options where it goes 4 times as fast, or you can just skip the second it comes out. Like I have yet to hear a single thing they said.
You got some like battle island, then eventually you meet the guy who owns the island. He just keeps saying you're trash. So I'm assuming at some point you battle him. That's probably what's gonna happen. I don't know. I just
Now
don't have
Brian
a
could have
Lapras
made
yet, so-
all of that up because I cannot confirm or deny any of it.
I saw like the first 4 cutscenes. I was like, does that get me a Hitmonlee? I don't think it does. So let me just skip the story.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I might uninstall it like right now. I already have like if I'm gonna sit there and try to grind something out, I already have a mobile game that's like that. So. I don't
Did
know.
you hear that they're coming out with Mario Kart for the phone?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
saw that. You did that. You
I'm
dang right.
excited.
I'm gonna try it. Actually, I don't know if it's free to play or not.
I think it's free because I mean I pre-ordered it, so to speak, and it didn't ask me to pay anything. Now we'll find out if it's actually free. You know, when I get a bill that's $50.
Not even that. It's like Nintendo's like, we got him. So we charging $3,000 for this Mario Kart that never ends, and you just get infinite tracks. Can I have that? Speaking of Nintendo, they had a Nintendo Direct recently. You know what that is, Randall?
Yeah.
All
You
right.
didn't ask Randall what he did this weekend.
I'm just
Fucking
trying to.
Ask me
I'm
what I
trying
did
to
this
flip.
weekend.
Can you relax? This is
Oh,
the
no,
train wreck
dude.
episode. There's
Support my
everything. Everything is
$84.
gone. Brian, I thought you were getting your hitbox.
I don't know.
Oh, well, now you're just trying to steal people's money. All right, guys. So don't donate to him. Go to extralife.adlrplays.com for the kids who are sick and not this
No
sick
one
person.
watches you.
You see how I did that? That was pretty good, right?
Tired
So the
of
Nintendo
lying.
Direct went up, and they announced 20. Oh, and actually, this is the first time they're going to be doing Super Nintendo games now on the Switch.
Before you continue,
Go ahead.
Brian, why do we hang out with him? Like,
I don't know. Doesn't
I
even
mean,
put out.
you guys can literally just leave call right now. And me and Randall got it, dude. Randall did a lot.
With his non-functioning mic, yeah.
His mic works.
Barely. He's going. This is how he's talking. He's like, and what I did on Wednesday. And so imagine that with the lowest gain possible on your mic and saying it works.
Can you hear him?
Right now, yeah. He's like,
Okay,
why
it
am I
works.
sitting here?
So 20 Super Nintendo games, idiots, were announced. So you can, the same way that the NES ones were just quickly downloaded into your Switch, or not streamed because it's just temporarily downloaded because they're like, what, 56 kilobytes? God, now I'm sleepy. What the heck's going on? Super Nintendo games are on there. The list is as follows: Brawl Brothers. Never heard that in my life. Breath of Fire. I think that's an JRPG or something.
Mm-hmm.
Demon's Crest. No idea. F-Zero. I know that. I mean, that's one of my mains. Joe and Mac 2. It's not Little Mac. Kirby's Dream Course. Wrong choice. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Wrong choice. Pilot Wings. Star Fox. Stunt Race FX. Super EDF. I guess there was an Earth Defense Force on Super Nintendo, which surprised me. I thought it was just like a modern thing with a bunch of PC
Earth
ports.
Defense Force.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of PC games out now where you fight like a billion ants and bugs and stuff. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, excellent choice. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, excellent choice. Super Metroid, excellent choice. Super Puyo Puyo 2, never played it. Super Sonic. Did I just say Super Sonic? It says soccer there, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to
That's
pray
the
for
right
me.
soccer.
Yeah.
Apparently, Earth Defense Force was first released as Monster Attack for the PS2 in February of 2004. But I don't see anything for yeah, I don't see anything for it being on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh, what you're reading, does that mean like for us it came out in 2004, or did the franchise start in 2004?
Franchise started in 2000, technically in 2003. But the Earth Defense Force, Global Defense Force, and Monster Attack were the names of the games. But it started originally in 2003 for the PS2.
And then Super Tennis. And then The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I only played Links Between Worlds, but I think it's based off of that. So a good choice. They're missing
Very good choice.
Kirby Superstar on here. That's what they should have
Missing
added.
Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X, Mega Man
Ooh, you're
Soccer.
right.
They don't even have Symphony of the Night on there. There's
Symphony of the
big-
Night?
Yeah.
Castlevania.
That came out on
Wasn't that on-
SNES?
Wasn't that on SNES, or am I an idiot?
Yeah, I
There
think you're
was
an
one
idiot. That's
SNES
on
and-
PlayStation.
Yeah, there
No,
was
SNES and PS1, I think.
there was one that came out. They had Castlevania going all the way back to the original NES, dude. Like that was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, Castlevania was, not Symphony of the Night.
This is the one time he's not talking to me. I need the person who mains this game to confirm or deny it.
He's making pizza.
He can
It's
make
PlayStation.
facts.
Like I said, that's 1997. Yeah, I don't know what you were smoking. Symphony of the Night's on the PS1, March 20th, 1997. The heck? I beat half of it, Brian. The heck?
The heck?
The heck? Speaking of half of it, I had it up to the... Nope, I'm not moving on to that. Smash Brothers had a good amount of airtime on there to show off Banjo, which, Brian, I guess you can get into. After I tell them the Fatal Fury character has come to Smash Brothers, Terry Bogard, guys, hype?
No, nobody
No.
likes Terry.
Yeah, like, I don't know why, like, I don't really care for Terry, but I guess other people do, so that's good. And then Banjo, yeah, Banjos. So, I mean, this entire time we were talking about Banjo, Brian, sum it up for 3 sentences. Hit me.
You want to try that? What word was that you just said?
3 sentences.
What'd you say after that?
Nothing, I was just looking at you.
Oh, you didn't say hit me and then say whatever you came out of your mouth. 3 sentences. Shits bombs. thick character, triple jump.
I can only imagine how long your essays are. If those are sentences.
Yeah, 3 sentences.
All right. Overwatch for Switch coming on the Nintendo's Direct.
Oh my god.
The heck are you smiling at?
What aren't we smiling at? This podcast is amazing.
Overwatch for no one's hype. What this Nintendo Direct was full
Nobody
of great
gives a
things.
shit about Overwatch, okay?
Oh,
like
what's-
Overwatch is overplayed and it's a piece
Oh,
of
I
shit.
can see what you
okay?
did there, dude. It's overplayed. And then
Exactly.
lastly, the only thing I actually cared about and talking about, Super Kirby Clash is out. As in, I think it's already out. It's a free-to-play boss rush for Kirby, and you play as different classes of Kirby.
They've already done that as part of the DS game where he's on a mech. So this is just strip that, and boom, you can do it.
They had make classes for the mechs?
They had so that game itself was Kirby in a mech or whatever. They had a mode where you know how old DS games had it where only one person had to own the game and other people can play with them for free.
Okay.
They had like a mode where you do that that's similar to Super Kirby Clash. So they just said, "Fuck, let's just port this over."
But are they classes, though?
I don't know. It's just similar idea, but now it's just no mech. It's just this.
I don't know what he's talking about, guys. We're going to get into war. Civil War 2 is what I read, Randall. The comic. I finally got around to it. 3 years late. So I'm going to know what's going to happen when the MCU thinks it's going to say, hey, Civil War 2's out in cinematic way. I'm like, I already know what's going to happen. You want to hear about it, Randall?
I already know.
You already know what I think about it?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, snap. It's awesome.
Tell us the plot, Randall, of Civil War.
No, Civil War 2.
The Civil War 2.
I don't know the plot.
I thought you already knew.
But I thought you knew though.
I was talking about Anthony.
So Civil War
Anthony,
2
what's Civil
starts.
War?
Oh my god.
Best podcast ever.
Yeah, dude. There's a character named Ulysses. Ulysses ends up going to school one day, trying to talk to a girl that he had a crush on. In the middle of the conversation, a Terrigen cloud appears. Now, for those not familiar with what the Terrigen cloud is, it's a cloud that turns people with inhuman-type DNA into Inhumans. Or kills them. Well, not kills them. Turns them into like a demonic beast, etc. Well, him and the girl ended up turning into the cocoons that it turns you into when you inhale the cloud. He ends up being an Inhuman, and she ends up being a demon thing. They kill her. He's got to live with life. He slowly starts realizing that he's having visions. After a little bit, he realizes those visions are the future. So he finds out he has the power to see into the future. Not like an unlimited amount. It's just, typically nearby. Like, hey, I know what's going to happen a couple hours a day, short term.
That's so Raven.
Yeah, I guess so. But a lot cooler.
I don't know.
Anyway. So, I guess in order for the Inhumans and the regular humans to make peace, because this is after, I think, Inhumans went to war against the Avengers and X-Men and all this other stuff, Captain Marvel, who's pretty much the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. at this point, gets wind of... Hold on, Cobra, I'll read that in a sec. Gets wind of Ulysses and his power. So she starts using it to prevent bad things from happening in advance. And one of the bad things that happened was Thanos comes back to go and grab the Cosmic Cube. Well, they stop him. It was a huge fight. Oh no, that's not what it was. I'm sorry. I'm
Just ruining everything. Like,
You're
I was
ruining
excited. and
I'm
now
just
I'm
working to
not,
the premise, and then we're gonna have a discussion. Anyway,
This is a hentai discussion, so it is.
Cobra said I can see into the future too. I predict I gotta take a crap in the next couple of hours. Man, he's pretty good because I think he predicted mine too. Anyway, so yeah, I guess to a point where they have to fight in. I think it's some sort of an eternal or some sort of celestial. They knew where it was gonna. She knew where it was gonna strike. So did the Inhumans. So they gathered the Avengers and all the other heroes, Miles, Peter, Strange, and all his sorcerers, and they took them down. They were celebrating at Tony's mansion / part of the city, I guess, because he probably owns everything. And then Cobra, we're not talking about a movie. We're talking about Civil War II, the comic. So, which is actually, you might see this as a movie. What, 10 years from now, Randall? Who knows? So in the back room, Tony starts questioning how do they know this was happening? Then he then he is told that they have a secret weapon, which is Ulysses, and he can tell Ulysses, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's text. There's no audio. They can tell the future, and they've been stopping crime before. It can happen. Tony, right off the bat, was not having it because he was thinking they had good intel instead of relying on someone who can, quote unquote, predict the future. Then the conversation went to, is it right to stop a crime before it takes place? Captain Marvel says yes. Tony Stark says no because that's not freedom at that point. Because just because you think of doing something doesn't mean you did it. And then that's all I wanted to work up to. And then the Civil War is that huge debate and what people believe in terms of the justice system, and it's pretty good.
I mean, isn't that the whole premise of?
Come on,
What is
I know
it
the movie.
called?
I know what movie you're
One of the
talking
movies,
about.
yeah.
I know. I want to see if you get it.
I think it's the
Jam.
second. Fuck, Captain America movie.
Oh no, I think it's Minority Report.
No. There's that one too, but like that's kind of that's how one of the I think it's one of the Captain America movies that goes with Robert Redford as the bad guy, and they have they launch this huge ship, an AI that's able to like target people and take them out before they think about doing anything.
Just talking about Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, Winter Soldier. But I don't know if they're gonna do something bad. I thought it was superhumans or something that they were gonna take out.
I
Either
could have
way.
sworn it was the basic premise of what you're discussing. Is basically they were like trying to kill people before they did something they weren't supposed to, and that they could like literally eliminate families, like genes going all the way down, and keep them from reproducing or killing them at like birth because of the AI system.
I'd have to rewatch. I don't remember that.
I don't know, dude. All the Captain America movies are forgettable to me, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, what am I gonna say?
The
Where we at?
premise, Civil War II.
Which is that premise? Yeah. She-Hulk has got a huge part in it because she's a lawyer. Same with Matt Murdock's in it. And there's a bunch of heroes. There's some deaths in this.
Mm-hmm.
So some I'm like, okay, I don't care. Another one I'm like, did that just happen?
I accidentally spoiled it for myself because I was like, let me start reading Captain Marvel because it started over after Civil War. Like the third page is just something I did not want to read, and well,
Yeah, so there's definitely some deaths in Civil War II that took me by surprise. It's great. I highly recommend it. I got it. I mean, you can get it for like what, $10, I think, for the whole main series. It's like 6 issues, collecting 6 or 7, or I'm sorry, 8 or 9 issues. It's awesome. Which I guess brings the discussion to you guys. Do you guys think would you guys side with Captain Marvel or Captain Iron Man? Or Iron Man? Iron Man believes that you should not arrest someone before they actually committed the crime. And Captain Marvel's like, hey, yeah, you should, because if it's a high probability, then they're probably going to do it.
I mean, I guess it really kind of depends on like when you're talking about arresting them. Are you talking about like, oh, they had this thought, let's just go arrest them, or is it they're like actively in the, in the pursuit of the act. Yeah.
It's not that they're thinking about it. It's they saw a future like premonition of it happening.
Yes. Ulysses can see into a future,
Like he's
and then
okay.
Iron
Let's
Man
say
doesn't.
later on,
Iron Man doesn't believe it's a definite future, so that's why he
Yeah.
says no. I don't want to arrest him because we don't know for sure if it's a definite future. But Captain Marvel's been, he says that cat's about to lick that dog. She offs the cat without even waiting for the cat to lick the dog.
the thing that I hate about these Civil War things is that they purposely make it so vague, both sides, that you don't want to pick either one of them because it's just unrealistic. They just want you to choose a side. Like I see both sides like Chanel. I see if it's as vague as I'm thinking it is, because I didn't read Civil War 2, I just had something spoiled for me. You know it's gonna happen. Why not just pursue or keep tabs on the person until as close to the crime's gonna happen as possible? Then you take them out. Here
Yeah,
it sounds like, oh, if we saw it happen, even if they're beaten off right now, we're just taking them in.
Whereas yes, there's more.
There's so much actual gray area in these Civil War things, but it's always radicalized to the point where it just doesn't make sense picking a side. Just move somewhere, go to another planet or something. I don't know.
No, this is definitely gray area. There's more and more context. One of the deaths is because of the gray area, because you don't know if it is the right call, and like you don't know at the time. You just, hey, this is gonna happen, but what if we can stop it instead of
That's
just
what I'm saying.
arresting them?
Like so much of Civil War 1, and I guess the premise for this can be avoided if, hey, there's a middle ground here. No, you're either left or you're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's mad. But if I had to choose, if it was that black or white, I'd probably choose
I don't want to spoil it, but it becomes that black, like because of the circumstances, because we're dealing with superheroes, because we're dealing with super villains, it becomes that, like, you gotta, one of those has to be made.
If it's black or white, I would say what's his face name, Iron Man, because I mean
What's his face name?
because I mean it is, you have people that can control time in a sense or can see different outcomes. So he's right in thinking this isn't like 100% set in stone. Things can be altered. So if it's as black and white as they make it, where it's on the second they see him aim the gun in the thing, they're already going to go get him before like 7 months in advance or something. If it's that, I don't know. It's just too vague. It gets me unhard.
I don't know. Okay, I don't see how it's vague, but Kelsey, what side are you stepping on here?
I mean, I don't know if it's black or if it's only black or white. Like then that kind of defeats the whole, human free will purpose. Saying yes, it's going to happen all the time, or no, it's not going to happen. If there's always that chance that somebody changes their mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I don't think you should just immediately arrest them, but I also don't think you should just be like, "Oh, so there's the possibility that he's going to do it. We'll just wait till he's done and then we'll arrest him because we know he did it."
Mm-hmm.
But what up until the point that they tell you that there was a person watching or seeing the future, that it was 100% correct?
What? Say that again?
Up until they tell you that they've been using a future seeing person, it's been spot on every time.
So you're saying that every time this person has said this is going to happen, it happens.
When Tony was told about it, he hadn't missed the mark. Everything he saw was happening.
I mean, there's no way to prove 100% because it's just here. So there's no way for him to prove
Exactly.
that he's 100%. So that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
you're still sticking with that side? Okay. Because some people will
I have
once
to
they
choose a side.
well, some people will be like, "Oh, if this guy's been hitting it on the dot 100%, I got to stick with Captain Marvel because we're getting justice here before people get hurt."
The way I see it is, if someone's about to bowl a perfect game, like they have 7 of the, what's it called, frames,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
perfect. That doesn't mean, oh, they already got the rest of them. You can always fuck up. You can always be wrong and mess up the way you're going. So why
Yankees,
would I
you hear
just
that, Yankees?
Like, why
Go
would I
ahead.
just give him the points for those last 3 frames if he can fuck it up? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Well, no, I've seen the Yankees play.
Oh, shit.
3-0, and then Boston goes back 4. Go ahead,
'Cause
Randall.
The Yankees are terrible.
You said you have to pick one or the other side.
I mean, yeah, that's how.
Then I'll pick Iron Man. So.
Yeah, it seems it's a renowned Iron Man side here, so I tried to play devil's advocate as much as I could, but without spoiling it, because you got to read what happens. So yeah, Civil War 2, must read. It's dope. I'm currently reading through. I haven't finished it, but I guess that'll be like next week's. I'm reading this year's event, which is War of the Realms. Ends up Malekith ends up taking over all of the worlds, and the last one to stand is Midgard. So Thor's got to round up everybody to defend Midgard against all the realms that are coming to attack. Cool stuff. Anyway,
It's not like dimensional. It's just like the 7, like what do they call Earth? Something oh my god, I don't remember.
yeah, it's Midgard.
It's not dimensional. It's just the 7 or whatever different things.
Yeah, it's just the realms. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
multi-dimensional realms
okay.
It's the multiverse.
like
Oh,
Niflheim, Nivellir, whatever the heck it's called.
Never do it.
Yeah,
Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. Yeah, all of those are there. The book opens with like a map, of all the realms, and I'm like, I've been there in God of War. Oh, I've been there in God of War. Oh, I've been there in God of War. You look familiar. Oh, you're from Marvel. What else? Oh, let me I guess I'll end it out with It Chapter 2. Anyway, so it's Chapter 2. Takes place 27 years after the ending of the first one. The movie opens with pretty much showing where everyone's been. Everyone but Mike stayed behind at Derry. I think it's Derry? Perry? Derry? The town's called Derry, I think. So everyone else left 26 minutes after, says Javi. I think it's years. Did I say minutes?
You said seconds.
Okay.
You said 26.
Okay.
25, 24, 23.
What are we doing?
All right, so one bitch stood. What else happened?
Yeah. And he stayed there up until, like, hey, kids started missing, and not only kids this time, adults were getting attacked. And Mike's like, yo, I know what this is, because he went to one of the crime scenes, and did he go to the crime scene? Yeah, he did. And there's one on the blood, written in blood, at the crime scene says, "Come home, come home." And then a bunch of red balloons start water falling through, and I mean, he knows what that means. So he starts calling up everyone who seems to have forgotten the events that happened at Derry, which they explain in the movie why that is. I got to see Bill Hader throw up twice. It was great. So yeah, he calls in the people to come back, and they gotta take down it again, for real this time. According to them.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it because after that, it's just as gripping as the first one. They play with you. They play with the suspense. They play with the horror. Mostly suspense. There's one in particular scene. I'm not gonna spoil it because if you guys see it, there's one particular scene. You know how most horror tropes is, hey, I'm building up to like a door opening, or I'm putting my hand close to something. Well, they're self-aware here. They're like, oh, they're gonna expect it to explode now. Let's draw this out in a way that you're still like, do the jump scare already, damn it! I'm gonna hate myself, and they hold on to it, and it still gets you. It's fantastic. The adults, there's some of the casting here is if they just put the kids in Photoshop and said age, and then put them in the movie.
Not like Shazam.
Yeah, like, wait, what?
Like how Zachary Levi and the kid, like they actually felt like the same character.
Yeah.
Oh, but okay, this is different. This is the grown-ups knew how to act like the kids, because I mean they just grown up, and they look like the kids. Like the cat, like Bill Hader with the glasses on and everything looks like the young kid from Stranger Things.
Nice.
The kid from Shazam, the not Billy Batson, the one that was his friend that had the crutches. Well, apparently I didn't notice him when I watched Shazam, but he's a kid in It Chapter 1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What? And then once you see him, you're like, wait, what the heck? His grown-up version looks just like him. There's like multiple cases where they look just like him. Even McAvoy, he's taking Will's. I think it's Will, the main kid with the stutter.
James McAvoy's in it.
James McAvoy's in it. Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, and I think those are the three biggest names I know. The rest I don't.
I only knew Chastain and Hader. I didn't know anyone else.
McAvoy plays Will, and let's go back to the act. The actors they picked not only look like them, they act fantastically. Bill Hader is coming into his own now. From I never saw the Skeleton Twins, so I don't know anything about his drama. From Barry to watching him do dramatic stuff in this. First of all, he's hilarious timing, and he does dramatic parts in this because, I guess spoilers, we have some losses from the group of kids, which are adults now.
Good.
It
Kids
makes
are annoying.
sense. It makes sense that he acts like the kid very well because he's known for his impressions. Bill Hader is known for his impressions, so it makes sense you saying that.
Like him delivering his lines, I'm like, it's perfect.
James McAvoy was like 23 characters in one movie, so I'm not surprised.
He does a fantastic English accent, like English dialect in this, and then it gets to a point where he starts
like
this.
American,
like the American dialect. Sorry. What else? Well, damn, you just threw me off.
I'm not gonna get into it, but there's a part with him.
Oh yeah, because I don't want to spoil it. He forgets since he's okay. Like I told you, they forgot the things that happened during that time as kids. So he lost his stutter until he came back. So seeing McAvoy speak like Will would, but without the stutter, and then when he comes back, it starts coming back. Like the kid's stutter will come back through James McAvoy, and he will just go into it like nothing, dude. The guy's phenomenal. Anyway, the movie is a fantastic like balance of, oh my god, I'm gonna crap myself in like suspense, and the comedic dialogue is just beautifully blended in together with Bill Hader's character and the kid who played Shazam, Billy Batson's friend's adult self. I just don't remember their names.
You're a terrible friend.
Yeah, the one that has the fat mom.
Jeez.
You don't remember that from chapter 1? He had the one with the fat mom.
I don't remember who had what. I just remember the big parts.
Okay, well, yeah, the fantastic balance between horror and comedy. The Skarsgård is still phenomenal as it. It does look more. Yeah, it does look more polished in terms of visually. Like I saw clips of the old one, and I'm like, oh, it looks more. The other one looked grittier. Well, this one's a little bit more polished in terms of like the things they're making. What's his name? Pennywise do. Animations and stuff. Yeah, dude, it's more the same, more of like the chapter 1, but elevated. Not elevated. More of the same, but with like the adult versions. So you get to see like the same characters, older, transfer very beautifully with the actors delivering the lines fantastically. The stuff that Pennywise puts these kids through, or the adults now through, because you know how he messes with them and things are not as real as they think they are. It's pretty dope. The kids still have a part in this because it goes over the gap between. If anybody remember chapter 1, there's a climactic point where everyone started attacking each other, like they became angry at each other. Will punched Richie is Bill Hader's kid in the mouth, and they all like, oh, F this, I'm just gonna leave it. And everybody split off and did their own thing. Well, apparently there was time between that and when they fought Pennywise at the end of chapter 1. This movie goes into what happened because they need to figure out something so they can fight him again, or battle him again near the end. So you still have the kid actors doing great work, and now their adult counterparts doing awesome work too. I loved it. Highly recommend watching it.
Which one
Ha.
left you more uncomfortable, the first one or the second one?
Uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm. Like
I don't think.
which one did the like the eerie, the scary, I guess, half better?
Which one did you almost shit your pants more in?
Yeah,
I don't
which
know.
one had
They're
like
both. They're neck and neck, man. Like I guess. I give it the first. I was gonna say the first one because it was the first time I experienced Pennywise. So walking into this one, I'm like, I know your games, bro. Like I'm braced. Where the first time I saw the chapter 1, I'm like, I don't know what am I doing here? Oh, did he just take that kid's arm? The heck am I getting myself into here? In the second one, I'm like, I'm bracing myself for anything. And boy, do they have some weird, disturbing images in this. In the second one,
it's a granny masturbating.
the granny part was really good because the trailer the first trailer they released was basically that scene, the beginning of that scene, and even
I don't
watching
know
it
what you're
again
talking about.
in oh, you probably didn't see the trailer. So, but one of the trailers was a granny scene.
Oh, she masturbating?
Well, anyway, so
Am I from the future still?
the trailer, and then watching it again, I'm like, yes, everything is still there. Like I'm still like you feel the suspense coming up. So I'm like, I know what's gonna happen, but they may f with me and like swap out. Maybe those were just like throwaway scenes or something. It's still great.
The reason I asked is because
Yeah, I mean, huh?
the reason I ask is because a couple days ago, YouTube recommended to me like one of those videos. You know, like how the new Rockstars does the frame by frame movies and like Easter eggs and things like that.
Yes.
Well, there's a channel that did that with, I think every time you see Pennywise in the back of a scene of the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll watch it. Like the third time through, I was still so uncomfortable, I just stopped watching the video. It showed. I got to the scene where, like in the library, the lady's smiling. I noticed that when we were watching it, but I got to that, and I was already like, I don't need to watch this. I get it. He's in the back.
They still do that in the back here, and there's sometimes where it's like blatantly because they want the audience to see, and then there's some beautiful, like off screen he'll come in with no noise, no audio cue, and then go away just to mess with you. It's there's a okay. Let me just brace so you guys can brace yourself if you watch it. There's a scene with McAvoy, and he goes into a house of mirrors,
I don't like that.
and that's when I'm like,
that.
nope.
Sounds awesome. I have to see if I can get Shannon to watch this with me.
Yeah, does she like?
scenes?
She doesn't like scary movies.
She's.
Are there scenes?
Go ahead, Brian.
Are there scenes where it's just him standing there for no like he belongs there, like Slender Man-esque horror, or no?
Not a lot of that. He does just appear, like he'll do like quick frame appearances, and this time he has conversations with the grown up kids. Not conversations, but like enough to like get into their head, like things that will get underneath their skin. I guess he did do that in the first one, but more so now because they're adults, so he'll hit them like it hit different, you know.
It's like, how's that divorce? Wait.
Yeah. No, it's some stuff like that depending on the character.
Oh, I main Pennywise then.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Javi said like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, with the overprotective mom. Yeah. It's just it's fantastic. If you're a fan of those characters and seeing more of like what that summer was for them, and then as an adult and how they turned out and the decisions they made and coming back to try to take it out, it's awesome. Like I just highly recommend it. It's high up there, dude. And if you like horror, this will definitely, like if you like watching people jump because of horror, Kelsey, I'm looking right at you, dude. You'll have a great time with it because there's a lot of jump scares, and there's a lot of small things that like you can get underneath people's skins. Like there's some gross things that you're like, what the heck am I watching that's going on? Because Pennywise loves to mess with people.
Did you see the not Tim Curry, the thing with Bill Hader and Pennywise? This is offset.
Oh, I think I saw a Reddit post. That scene that they're in, I know what you're talking about. They're out in the open. He's talking to them, and he's like, "Hey, man, yeah, this, and that." And then he's like, "Yo, who showed you how to do the eye trick?" Does that like what kind of editing do you do? And he's like, oh, you mean this? And he does the like his eye
Yeah.
looks the other way, and Bill Hader runs screaming.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It's all over Reddit. It's freaking hilarious.
I
'Cause
haven't
he's-
seen it.
Because
He
he freaked out.
genuinely is like, "Oh shit," and then gets the fuck out.
Yeah.
He just splits his eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't really split it. What he can do is look at you with one eye, and the other one can just wander off. And he's been doing it since the first chapter. Now and there's a lot of close-ups here where he's doing it too while he's speaking to people.
I mean, I could have one eye face straight and one eye to the left.
Like that.
That's
Yeah,
about it.
that's what he does.
Where he like.
Yeah, like that. Well, yeah, but you have to move the one that's not looking at me.
The one
That makes
that's
sense.
not
Like one looks at the camera and the other one has to move around.
Oh no, I can't do that. I can only
Oh, okay,
have one look forward, and one look to the left,
got
or
it. got
right,
it.
whichever.
It's dope. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic time, dude. The comedy's just hilarious because it's the writing from chapter 1 delivered by like other actors who have fantastic delivery. Bill Hader's a comedic genius in terms of timing. It's great. Bill Hader. All right. That's it, man. I saw everything I did. Kelsey, now I can stop talking for a bit. Tell me what you did.
You missed something on your list, but
We'll get to that. I saved the Gears 5 and Children of Morta for yours thing, because we're gonna have different takes on Children of Morta.
I kept playing after, so yeah.
Go ahead, Kelsey.
So we didn't get much from the hurricane. We got a bunch of wind. Sadly, the other house didn't get destroyed, so I don't get to cash out with the insurance company.
Dang it, I was hoping for that. I'm like, yo, everything but that car needs to fly away.
You should have just like started driving a sledgehammer through it while the storm was out. Like, see?
Just go over there and just make a few notches into the tree. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was here to record the whole thing.
So I started playing Octopath Traveler. Bought it a while ago, but haven't bothered to play. Started off as Hunter, and kind of actually wish I had gone with Warrior, because now I'm kind of locked in with the Hunter until I finish her 4th chapter, and I've only finished the 2nd one.
I thought you could unlock any of them.
You can unlock all of them, but I
Okay.
like the set of characters I use right now do not include the Warrior, because I
Got it.
have the Hunter is like my primary damage dealer, and then I have the Thief, and then the healer, the priestess, forget her name, and then I have the mage, which I've been thinking about switching out the mage, because like having the scholar in there is nice, but I don't feel like anything's really ever only vulnerable to magic,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like just having a strong weapon usually makes them kind of obsolete anyway.
So you can just like damage your way out of everything,
Yeah,
depending on the gear.
yeah.
You got further than me already then, because I started with the thief, and then I got the hunter next, and then I got to the priest lady. I didn't even finish unlocking her yet. I just haven't played it since. Like I was like, oh, you can make people follow you. I gotta go do something, and I never came back to the game.
Yeah, I mean so I've unlocked all the characters. I have all 8 of them, I think it is. Like I have the merchant girl, the healer. I started off as the huntress. I have the thief. I have the warrior. I have the scholar, and I have what's the other guy's name? The one, the apothecary. And like, there's a good side and a bad. Whoops. Yeah, it's pushing buttons. There's a good side and a bad side for every character type. So like you have like the thief, who can steal things from people, and then the merchant will offer to buy it. And
Okay.
I think that's a really cool thing, because you get a percentage chance of stealing stuff, and if you can't steal it, then you can try and buy it. I've gotten extremely lucky
Oh.
because
Oh my god, you got lucky? No
Yes.
way,
What the
Kelsey.
hell?
That's never
Oh,
happened.
NASA?
Yeah.
he
So-
got lucky.
in
What does NASA
Like-
have to do with it?
I went and grabbed. I missed the thief the first round through. Like I went down and I got the apothecary, and then went back up and grabbed the thief, and then went back to the apothecary's place, and went inside this house, and there's this dude there, and there's a 3% chance to steal 2 different axes. One of them is like, 225 damage, and the other one's like 325 damage. And I managed to steal the 325 damage one on my second try, on a 3% try.
What happens if you fail? That hasn't happened to me.
So nothing really. I mean, if you're in town and you try and steal stuff from people, or if you try and what's it called? Like if you fight them, if you steal from them, or I forget what the scholar does, scrutinize, which is the opposite of just like talking to them. There's a percent chance that you'll fail, and if you fail, you have like a certain number of tries in most towns. I think some towns you have a little less. And then if you fail too many times, the town just basically gets mad at you, and you can't like steal from them, you can't talk to them really, you can't do a couple of other things, and it really just doesn't mean anything. Because you can what you can do is go to the tavern and just talk to the tavern guy and say, hey, I need you to fix my reputation. And he goes, okay, and then he'll tell you it's a sum of money. Most of the towns so far have been about 3,500 or less, which, they're like, money in this game is kind of tight so far. I've been reading some of the articles on
how to cheese it.
Not cheese it, but like if there's like a way that you can get if money is really just like,
super tight.
Yeah. And most of them are like, keep the merchant in your party if you can, because her ability to just find loose change, like when you change screens or just walking around, she's like, oh hey, I just found $5,000 on the ground. Cool. It's like, what do you mean you just found $5,000 on the ground? Like how the fuck does that happen?
She can just like, okay, I got nothing. Keep going.
But I mean, most of it is just like stealing. They do have some items in the game that are like, the only thing they're really good for is selling, and so you just steal them from people or find them and then sell them, and you get a bunch of cash. Having the merchant, I think in your party, I think she has the ability to like haggle with the shop, and so you can get things at a slight discount or sell them at slightly more than what you were originally going to, or what the label is. But I haven't really looked too much into that. I beat the chapter 2 for the Huntress, or the Hunter. I really like the game, but there's really just like a lot to it. I mean, it's very, very level based. Like, It's not just like, oh, you can kind of just wander around and do stuff and progress in the game. No, like, if you have 4 main characters, then those are the 4 characters that you're probably just going to keep until the end of the game. Like, at least to a certain point, because all the towns, all the chapters require you or suggest that you be a certain level. And if you're like 2, maybe 3 levels outside of that and don't have a gear, you just get fucking wrecked. Like, seriously, like I walked into a place, they tell you like danger level, and then it's like 11 or 5 or 21 or 30 or whatever. And that usually I think is kind of roughly what level the monsters are. I was level like 11, walked into a place that's danger level 21, even 17. I walked to a place that was danger level 17, got absolutely slaughtered. Something just goes, hey, smacks one of my characters, they instantly died. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to start over now because they all died. But which is it's nice and kind of annoying at the same time, because now I have to really, in order to actually complete the game, I have to, at least from what I can tell, I have to actually focus on leveling up all my characters, like all of them. I guess I could have 3 main characters that are just beastly when I'm doing the other person's chapters, but then it's just kind of like a chore. If I don't ever use the scholar or I don't ever use the warrior, then they're level 6 while my other dudes are 55, and I'm blowing through their stuff, and it just is like, okay, this isn't really a challenge. This is just kind of me doing chores.
So okay. Is no, is the combat fun? I know it's turn based, but is it like fun to set up or fun the moment to moment? Like, is there random? What is it like in Pokemon? The old Pokemon when there's like random encounters and
Whereas
stuff.
random battles, yeah, it's random battles. And then there's a lot of like story stuff. And the boss fights are really cool because it's not just, oh, you're fighting a unique looking character. No, usually the boss fight, the thing is fucking huge on the screen. Like you can tell that is the boss. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's not, oh, I wonder which one it is that I'm supposed to be killing. No, you know exactly who it is that you're supposed to be fighting. I mean, I really enjoy the game. The game's a lot of fun. The story's pretty cool. There's nothing like super like, bro, you have to play this because
Yeah, like there's
yeah,
no
I mean,
killer
that's
like
just,
RPG thing that'll sink you in.
yeah, like the art style is really cool. I really like the idea that they have with the different types of characters. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit too much to do. Like there's too many arcs going on because every character has their own
The
set of
story.
chapters.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so you're having to like go through each and every single one of them. Um, and
So
and
wait,
then
is
God,
there's a story for each character and then there's the main story, or is
I
that
don't know
all
that there
inter?
is like a main story. I think it's all
Oh,
just
okay. So it's all
individual story.
interwoven into whatever that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of you pick a main storyline, which is your character, and then
Hmm.
you go do their chapters, and then along the way, you happen to run into Randall, and Randall's like, "So I really want to go save the world and be the best apothecary I can be. I need your help." Okay, I guess I'll help you. No other
That's
reason than that. Like that's
oh, okay.
literally it.
There's no
It's
like
like
Um,
final.
it's like 8 travelers that just happen across paths.
Oh, okay. It's not
you
like in
know,
Final Fantasy. We need to stop Garmagarish before he
yeah,
destroys the world.
yeah.
No,
It's
it's
not.
like, oh, I gotta steal this thing for this lady, but she has to go find someone missing. We'll help each other until then. And
Oh, okay.
that's what it's like.
That's basically all it is. It's just happenstance with, you know, I'm on a quest to find out what happened to my master, and I happened across a thief who was like trying to score it big, and he wanted my help, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. And then something happens to him, so now I got to follow him. Now he's just gonna follow me around, and if we eventually get to his storyline, we'll do it.
It's kind of like, I guess, Samurai Champloo in the same way that everybody they're both joining. What's her name? Fu, I think. But
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
they each have their own motive, and eventually they're gonna fight and try to kill each other at the end of it. That's what they say.
Uh,
But less cool.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be as cool as an anime, Brian. They have multiple frames of animation.
I don't know, Anthony. Octopath's better than Naruto.
Um, but I mean, all in all, the game's really nice. I'm not like super pulled into it, so I haven't really gone back to it. Like I kind of binged it, did a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I played the story, the first chapter for 8 characters, and then did the second chapter, and then had to like go and grind a bunch of places in order to do the second chapter for my character, um, because it required me to be level 27. And by the time I finished the first chapter for all 8 characters, or 7 or whatever it is, uh, I'm guessing it's 8 since it's Octo. Um, I just can't think of what the 8th friggin' character is.
Jesus.
Ganondorf.
Right. Um, and so like I'm like having to grind to get to the point that I can actually continue my story, you know, and
That's
then
unfortunate. You think you'd be able to get through yours and then get through the rest of the characters.
yeah, like it would have been nicer to have it either not have such a big leap between each story or each
Yeah.
chapter, or have them all be kind of somewhat interconnected so that you're kind of all going towards the same path.
Hmm.
But I don't know, it just feels kind of choresy to like gather them all up, and then in order to continue you literally have to go find a spot to grind out a whole bunch of levels before you can really continue.
That's unfortunate.
um, and then a lot of the game relies on you doing stuff in towns. Like in town, you can talk to people and learn a lot about them, and you know, talking to them and learning about them by either just talking to them or scrutinizing them, depending on which character you have. you can gain information like a hidden item or a discount at the inn, or you can buy more weapons at the weapon shop, um, which is cool. But then you have to like literally go around and talk to every single person and you know, try and talk more in depth with them, and then try and steal from them, and try and buy from them, or whatever. And it's just
It's just a bunch
really
of busy
tedious.
work. It sounds like it's just a bunch of busy work.
Yeah, and so but that's like I wouldn't have found out that I could get that axe if I hadn't been doing that. And some people you can't even talk to or do anything with because they're inside of a house, and there's a person like standing outside of the house in front of the door, and the only way to get inside that house is some of them are quests, other times you have to just beat the shit out of that person and then go inside. Like you can as a warrior you can challenge people, and
Yeah.
which I like a lot better because you actually play as the character challenging the person.
Yeah.
As the hunter, which I'm kind of locked into, unless I switch one of my other characters out and level up the warrior, I provoke them, and the provoke means that I use my, I have like as a hunter you can tame pets, and you can only tame a certain amount of pets, which you only get like 5 or 6 extra ones, and you have a snow leopard that is like your friend and is with you at all times.
Okay.
And when you tame other creatures or capture them, you only get a certain number of uses, and they all have like different power levels depending on their what version they are and where you got them and that kind of stuff. And so like when you provoke somebody, you don't actually fight. You fight with your pets, and you can use your main pet to like slam into them, and they have what is it called? They have a kind of a unique battle system in the sense that everybody has like shield points on the enemy, on the opposing team, and they have a weakness, and they can have anywhere from like 1 to 6 weaknesses or something.
Okay.
And and it's like spears or swords or daggers or magic or staves, and like a couple of other things, but until you find that weakness, you don't know what they're actually weak to. And so, and the snow leopard only does like spear attacks and sword attacks. And so if they're not weak to that, then you have to burn through one of your other monsters to find out which
What
one
the
they're
heck?
actually weak to.
So you just battle by attrition then. You just keep throwing bodies at the thing until you find out what's.
Yeah, when you find a new enemy, you have to be like, oh, let me try fire. No, it's not that. Let me try stabbing them. Oh, that's that.
Like
Oh,
if you get
no.
when you get the scholar, the only reason I think I've been keeping the scholar in my party is because when you run into a battle, he instantly tells you what one of the things that the enemies are weak against.
Not
So-
everything.
So not everything all at once, no. And he also has an analyze skill where he'll uh
Get you the
that is
rest?
one thing I did forget. So you can use the analyze skill to find out something else that they're weak against. They also have this I don't know what the system's called. I can't remember, but they have like the storage system for your characters, like an energy thing where you can do like a powered up attack, right? So every round, if you just do a normal attack or a magic attack or something, you gain an energy cell, okay? And you can have a max of 5. You can power up your moves 1 to 4 times, okay? So like
Okay.
if you have 4 energy cells, you can power up your next attack 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times. And so like if you just do a regular attack and you power it up 4 times, that means you're going to attack somebody, or maybe 3 times max. But if you power it up 4 times, you're going to hit them 5 times in that single turn,
Okay.
with just a regular attack. Magic skills will do just more damage, and analyze, the skill analyze, if you power it up, will reveal, depending on how many times you power it up, will reveal more weaknesses for that creature. So say it has 6 weaknesses, you run into it, you gain 1 for free, and then in 2 rounds You power it up twice, so now you can reveal 3 more of its weaknesses all at once,
Okay.
making it super easy if like you don't happen to hit the creature with something that it's weak against. Because as soon as you hit it with something that it's weak against, it goes, "Oh hey, I'm weak against this. Now you know that," and then lets you know that.
But is it one of those things where it's logged? Like the snow
Yeah.
leopard, you do it, so now from then on, if you ever run, I can't. All I see is red right now.
Look
Dude.
like it's working to me.
So we're back. Editing this is gonna be fantastic now, because I gotta download the archive. So it's gonna be trash quality. Love it.
Welcome back to the train wreck.
This is gonna be the worst. Going down as the worst episode we've ever done. Never mind. It's on par with the Comcast one.
What happened with Comcast? Was I here for that?
I don't know, Randall. To be honest with you, I can't think straight right now because I feel
I
like
don't
throwing
think-
someone out of a window.
I don't think you were there, Random. I think it was a day you're either working or you're at the gym. I keep thinking you're just putting Sprite in your water. Yeah,
Okay.
Octopath is good. What else?
Yeah, I gotta load up the dock again. I gotta download both. I gotta download the archive, and the second it
Yeah,
went
man.
off, I'm like, mother. I wanted to throw Randall out of the window, and I have my windows boarded.
Throw me out of the window?
Yeah, dude.
For what?
Because you're the only human being closest to me right now.
No,
I was
shit.
You don't
downstairs.
support him. You don't show up on time.
Oh shit.
Randall
Because
had
you
the.
refuse to come visit me.
I don't support him.
I think the.
Look at all the assets that I made for his show.
Oh, that
I think
assets.
I
Must
think
be
that the what tipped me over the edge is it flickered off, right? The lights went out. And I looked to Randall with my face of like, I'm gonna burn everything down. And his first question is, what just happened? What do you think just happened? The light,
not
and then
have
he
a-
asked, did the lights go out? If I could have thrown my monitor at 70 miles an hour, I would have thrown it at him right there.
All right, first of all, in my defense, it flickered so fast that it was kind of hard to tell that it did happen.
You didn't know if you blinked or if it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's how
I've
fast
done
it
that.
was. It wasn't like
Shannon
it
and I
wasn't,
have been in the house, and we're both like, did the lights just flicker, or did I just like blink really fast and not realize it?
like it literally was that fast. It wasn't like it went off and then it came on. It like flickered like you were blinked.
So anyway, do
I'm
you
sorry, what were you talking
Actually-
about? Octopath, right? And then-
before we get back to that, do you not have like a UPS? The
No, I don't have
power-
I just have a power surge. I don't
Thank
I have
God
a
my computer wasn't on.
I have a power surge protector. I don't have a UPS.
All right, you probably should get one of those and make sure you plug in your internet and things so that when that happens, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Them things are expensive.
Yeah, they sure are, Randall.
They're
Yeah.
like, if you want a good one, it's probably $150.
Beep beep.
That can go into my
You're
hitbox
getting a
donations,
hitbox,
bro.
Brian. Oh my! I gotta load up. I have to load up the restream chat. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, but how can I support your hitbox, bro? I'm glad you asked. That link right there, you can send all the money you want, dude.
I thought the dude was
Uh,
getting it for you.
That's what I'm saying. At this point, he's just stealing money
That's what-
from
that's-
people.
No, that's what I thought, but I don't know if he's doing it bit by bit or not, because he just donated 40 last time.
Well, you should
I
find
don't
that
know
out
if it's
before you
bit-
steal the hard-earned money of all the people watching, dude.
Look, all I'm saying is if some more people donate it and he does donate all of it, that can just go to something else. That go to my tit enhancement. Like this.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Tim.
Yeah. I'm gonna put rockets at the bottom of my Tims.
What was I gonna ask you before? You know?
I think it was about the
Oh, fuck.
hunter pets.
No. That wasn't. Dang, I forgot what you were saying before, and I was gonna ask you, and then rage filled in within me. So now I don't remember what the heck I was gonna ask you.
I don't
think
know.
you're gonna ask him if we've ever seen a better Joker than yours, and honestly, I don't think so.
So tell me, Kelsey, about Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
So they remastered Final Fantasy VIII. I was super excited about it
Yeah.
because they like showed off, all the characters look glorious,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all they did.
They only
They
updated
just-
characters.
with character and enemy models, but that's it. Like they didn't go back and redo the pre-generated videos. They didn't go back and update like
Environment
at least it doesn't
textures.
look like it. Yeah, none of that looks updated. All of it, the only thing that really looks updated are the character models. And I'm like, I spent $20 to get
Not
character
the
models
environment
that I
either?
can do what?
The environment wasn't updated either.
Not that I can tell. Like, I mean, it still looks grainy as fuck. And if they did update it, they didn't do a very good job.
There's
you know,
mods for this, like that use like machine learning and neural networks to update textures. They couldn't have run it through that. They don't even have to hand do it anymore.
I don't know, man.
What's funny is even if they didn't say remastered at the end, I'm pretty sure it would still tell me on Steam that you bought a copy.
Yeah, I already own the original. So this is, let's pull up the list. So I own Final Fantasy 7, 8 Remastered, 9, 12, and 15 for Steam. Not to mention all the hard copies I have for my PlayStation.
I think he has like a square tattoo right above his ass.
But he's an OG, so it says Squaresoft on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, if they were gonna remaster a game, I'd really love for them to remaster Legends of Mana and fix the 2-player mode. Like, release it on Steam, fix the 2-player mode so that when you play with somebody else, they can actually like update their character, change weapons, do other things. You know?
I didn't even know that was 2 players.
Legend
He's
of
told
Mana?
us like 17 times.
I thought you were still talking about Final Fantasy.
You a bum, dude.
When did
No,
you switch over? Hold on, did I just blink and time went forward?
Yes. I
He
said
literally
if
just said if they he said if there were a game he wanted to remaster, it'd be in the
Oh,
Mana
that was the
game.
transition. That's where I messed up. I was reading his list,
No.
and then he heard co-op or second two player, and I'm like, what?
If
Go
look
ahead,
down,
sorry.
you're probably out of pocket right now.
I'm out of patience, is what I'm out of, Brian.
Ooh.
Oh, but I mean, I'm still enjoying the game because I really like the game, and I've been following a guide to like, do like all the extra shit that I never, do, and I've actually learned a whole bunch about the game. I've also figured out some things that they don't mention in any of the guides, like where you can actually kill certain characters.
Uh-huh.
I got Squall's best weapon, before the end of
Bankai.
Disc 1. Which is awesome.
Wait,
And it's way easier to do than a lot of the guides say. Like you play cards in this game forever because I used to spend. Adam hates this game. He didn't like hate the game. He hated watching me play it because I would spend hours upon hours upon hours using the draw system, which is where you like draw magic from creatures.
Yeah, you told
and
me about this.
You get anywhere from nothing to like 9. I think 9 is the most that you can get from a creature.
Okay.
And so like when you have a shit character like Zell who has no magic, and you're like telling him to draw, and he goes, draw failed, draw 1, draw 1, draw failed, draw 3, and you're having to get 100 stacks of the magic so that you can junction it to a stat so that your stat increases. It's pretty painful to watch. And then like, several years ago I played it again and found out about the card system and the magic refining system and like really understood what it meant.
Uh-huh.
And I've never drawn a goddamn thing in my life since, other than like the guardian forces that you're supposed to draw. But yeah.
The most surprising part is that you still look at other guides, because I thought you had their Prima guides, like remembered like the way people know the Bible quotes. Oh, it's Psalm 3:15. Thou shalt
Not
get
draw
hitbox
anymore.
by donating to this link.
So would you recommend people spend money on this, or no? Just stick with
I
the
mean,
original.
If you don't own either one, just go ahead and get this one because it's a lot nicer to look at.
Right.
But I don't know that it's actually worth the $20 to only have character model updates. Like,
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the character model updates look great. Like, you can actually tell what they friggin' look like.
Yeah, I saw a side by side of the scene when they were like at a dance ball, and she said, "Oh, you're handsome," and the meme was that it was said he was handsome, and zoom into like a pixelated face. But I guess I think they fixed that face now, so it's actually it looks like a human.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell, like, the characters look great. The monsters look great. The rest of the game still looks like shit. Like,
That's
it looks
terrible,
like it's
man.
from, the original PlayStation.
That's
and it's
really
really
bad.
kind of disappointing that it's not like an overall overhaul of everything. It's still got all of the original pre-rendered videos that are grainy and glitchy as fuck. It's got, all the terrain still looks like trash.
Like, what were they
I mean,
expecting to, like, they, Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's a remake. Because I want to play it. That's how I know it's a remake.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm scared. I'm really scared.
That remastered, not remastered. Nothing's remastered.
Well,
in
remaster
comparison.
just means that they've, like, updated things. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that they've really changed much. A remaster is just that, they updated graphics, or they, maybe fixed some bugs and a couple of other things. But it, when I think of a remaster of a game like that, I'm thinking they've, like, overhauled it, and they've, brought it up to like today's standard, and it looks fantastic.
But it doesn't even own the title of remaster. Like, if you said this is a remastered version, from what you're telling me, I'd be like, no, this isn't.
It's not. It really isn't. Like, literally, the only thing I think they changed were the character and enemy models.
That's
I feel
terrible,
like they
dude.
should just say instead of remastered. Remastered should be what they're doing for
For
7.
Spyro and Crash.
For these games where it's just a bit of it, they should just call it retextured or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that there's people who have released mods for it
That's a
that
remake,
are
really.
way better than what they've done. Like, I'm not even
Probably.
lying. I'm pretty sure that you could probably go find a mod that somebody has, like, a couple of kids were like, dude, I love this game. We should, get on Steam and update the textures and whatever and fix stuff, and, like, did that stuff.
I don't know if it's 7 or 8, but the thing I told you about machine learning, they redid the textures with like neural networks, and it looks great for its time. Obviously, it's still flat 2D, but the textures look great. I think it's 7. Hold on.
7 and 8 are both 3D.
No, but it's a fan one.
Oh.
7, I think, is machine learning. Yeah, here it is. So you can see it side by side, I guess.
Can you send a link in the podcast channel?
Yeah, give me a sec.
One
I think this is the one. Oh, a podcast channel? I mean, why not? This is already an
Or
F.
anywhere. I don't really care as long as I can look. Because you're telling me, yeah, this is the one. It doesn't mean shit to me.
I'm talking to me, all right? Sort yourself out, all right? You played
Load it
yourself.
up. Ooh, that guy's a gun in the thumbnail. I made him. I think I don't know if I can. If I want to finish original 7 just because I knew this. I know this is coming out. Like the remake.
I mean, this is incredible. This looks amazing. This looks like what they did with the character models in 8. That's it.
What is he looking at?
It's this. Oh, no. Okay. They basically remade textures with neural networks, so it'll go from.
Oh, that's nice.
Hold on.
It looks like just a filter. Is
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the game, but I'm really kind of disappointed in what little was actually changed, or what feels like what little was actually changed. Like, I could be okay with the fact that they didn't do a bunch of the land models and things, but if they like redid the pre-rendered videos, or the other way around, where they like redid all the other textures but left the original pre-rendered videos,
I think the
like,
video was too
that-
small to show.
something. But it's really kind of disappointing that the only real thing we get, it seems, is the texture model or the character models.
Hey, you know what? I'm going back on this. I'm okay with them calling it remaster because Resident Evil 2 is called a remake, right?
That's a remake,
newest
yeah.
one they made. They should continue to call the ones that actually require a lot of work the remakes. And if you don't want to call it retexture because that's all they're doing, then I guess remastered's fine.
Like, that's why I like the
But we
new
need-
Final Fantasy VII, because it's a remake. Like, it's for
That's what I'm
silly
saying.
people like myself who just want to smash the square button until it says you win.
I think they need to make a clear difference between the terms because remastered and people get their hopes up. I think remastered should be like, hey, we made it so that instead of 8-bit, he's 9-bit or something like that. Oh, that's what the remastered is. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying, but
I don't
There's
know.
that
I'm
Final
really scared
Fantasy
for the.
9 image upscale thingy. It's probably they're using the same type of machine learning. It's like you use AI, you train the AI to learn how to update certain textures and certain it'll learn. So then when you feed it a texture, it'll upscale it to like an ungodly percentage, and it looks crisp and it looks great.
I mean, that Final Fantasy VII thing you sent me is amazing. Like that looks better than what they did with Final Fantasy VIII.
You can look up, I think it's called AI Gigapixel, and that's like a service that I think you can buy, and you can just up res things using that service, and it looks fantastic. So all they have to do is extract textures, throw it in one of those machine learning or neural network upscalers, boom, reapply it, Gucci. Unless you have to do like tone maps and like normals and stuff, that's different. But you can just upgrade those too. Randall,
Let me.
Randall.
what do you do? What happened?
I'm just talking to Randall, dude. That's how we talk. I just go Randall. He goes facts, and then we move on.
I'm sending you a video. It's at time. You can see the difference. You can see the difference in the character models, but the rest of it looks pretty much the same. It looks like they may have smoothed out some stuff, but for the most part, it looks like they literally only updated the character models. Oh, and the text boxes.
Oh no, they smoothed out the textures in the back for the environment. They gave it like a pass. The first where it's him laying down. Okay,
Yeah.
what second was that?
I don't know. You'd have to click the link again.
Dang it.
Like, so it looks like they may have smoothed out some of the stuff, but
Yeah,
you won't notice it unless you like really, really pay attention to it.
Yo, it looked like trash before. Like,
But that was like the peak of using of the PlayStation at the time. Like you had
I know,
7,
but
which
look
was
how
pushing
far
the
we've come, dude.
boundaries.
It looks like someone vomited and then JPEG compressed it by 1,000 times. Like,
Yeah.
oh
so
my goodness.
It looks like they did, upgrade the textures for the other stuff some.
Yeah,
but
they did.
for the most part, it
But there's nothing radical.
no, it looks like
Literally
everything
nothing.
just kind of got smoothed out.
You know what it looked like? It looked like the texture was originally 512 by 512.
Mhm.
So when they actually made it, it got compressed to 256 on the left side.
Yeah, so now they can just use the original.
So now they can just use the original, which is only 512.
Yeah.
But I mean, even the updates, like it looks great. And according to this video, they actually did upgrade some of the pre-rendered stuff. I don't know how much.
If you
but
can look at, I think 6 minutes and 29 seconds in, they're like at an air dock or like a dock or something. Cobra, the guy who swallowed his own vomit, that was hilarious. Like, there's no depth there. It's like it's like they put a wallpaper on and then placed 3D models there.
Yeah, basically.
Whatever, dude.
Um,
All right.
So,
Where are we
okay,
at
so,
here?
I mean, it looks like they did upgrade more than just the character models. Watching this video and seeing some of the comparisons, you can definitely tell because it has been a long time since I've played the original.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nothing like holy fucking shit, guys. This is holy fucking shit.
It's not.
don't know.
It's
This
not
looks
7
amazing.
remake. I know. They didn't just
But
drop
the
it in the
7
Unreal
remake is-
Engine.
Nobody wants the 7 remake that has played the original.
Okay,
Nobody.
I was gonna say what?
Because it was like 7 itself was such an amazing game. The combat style fit, the way that the junctioning system worked was amazing, or the materia system worked was amazing, and it would have been we would have wanted them to take to upgrade it to that style
We
with,
as
like,
a people from the
yes, we as the original,
the OG FF7s. We
Yes.
as a nation will stand
Squaresoft
united.
delegation.
Yeah.
Anybody who played the original and like thoroughly enjoyed it doesn't really seem to want this.
Friend keeps clowning you when you said the original. He did this. He did the glasses thing. No, that's the difference in target demographic. Like you're like, oh, whatever, you might try it. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I'd want.
No, I'm gonna play it. That's not a question. I'm gonna play the damn thing.
That's what I said.
They're
That's
supposed
like
to.
they're targeting both demographics because they know that Final Fantasy VII is gonna pull the people who used to play it, so they can play and be like, nah, I don't like it. They already have your money. And then the new guys were like, I get to smash Square. Me, I was gonna be like, yes.
But they talked about like, one, I don't like the fact that they're releasing the game in stages. Like that's just bullshit.
Yeah, I don't
You have
agree
to
with
buy
that either.
like four different games to get to play one game.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's annoying. So
I'm
they're
gonna
either
wait.
going to be really successful with the first one, and everybody's going to be like, "Holy shit, we're going to buy everything," or it's going to tank, and after the second one gets released and nobody buys it, they're going to be like, "Well, we're just going to scrap the project."
I hope not. Hope they stick with it. 'Cause I'm gonna wait till all of it's out.
The
And then I'll buy
remaster,
it.
they should have just released it as like some DLCs, a texture pack update. Like there was for $5. There's no reason it should have been $20 for what they put into it. It
talking
literally,
about 8 now.
looks like, the 8 literally looks like they ran it through that algorithm and that was it. That's all they did. Or they uncommented the thing that said, or they instead of take texture pack divide by 2 so that it goes from 512 to 256.
Yeah,
And then for
like,
the remaster, they were like, multiply by 1 and then use the original texture sizes and we're done.
all right,
They're
ship
probably,
it.
boys. We're taking the cap off.
Yeah.
Full 512 by 512. Shotguns in the studio, but the guy
Okay.
who made GT Goku's still alive.
Speaking of shotguns, dude, we got a lot of shotguns in Gears 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what I said? Everybody clap, please, because my internet went out. Thank you. Sub to me, thanks.
I actually had a transition that I was going to use earlier,
You're
but
a
you
girl
never
now?
asked me what I was doing for the weekend before we started getting into all the things. What I was hoping for was you to ask me, what did you do this weekend? And I was like, well, I was trying to get Adam, to join us, start like streaming with us, or at least joining the podcast, so that we could have like a fifth person. So speaking of 5, how are you guys liking Gears?
That's pretty good. You should have told me you had a setup.
I
That's
tried
good.
to, but you were like, so I was playing this thing on, the SNES shit.
I didn't play it. Oh my god. So yeah, me and Brian started playing yesterday, so this is fresh. Only finished the first act. The episodes on YouTube are going up starting tomorrow. Actually, before we start, I did play Horde before, but we played campaign. So I guess I can talk about Horde a bit. It's still, I think, 5 to 6 players. You get to play as the robot, as a support. I think the same thing you did but support. You could bring guns, just stun people, res people. It's a good support, just in case your other teammates are crap. But it seemed straightforward. 50 rounds. I only made it to like 20, and then got out because I'm like, well, everybody quit. So the Horde mode is just that, survive for rounds, and the fabricator stuff. It feels fantastic to shoot.
Are they new weapons?
There's
Not according to Bryant.
Oh, he doesn't like the way it shoots. We'll get
All
to
I
that,
heard
then.
yesterday is like, there's got to be something with the way that it's like
Oh, his
slow and then
aiming?
it's fast and the aiming is
It's fucking
shit. Like I don't
stupid.
understand what the hell's going on here.
It feels like there's like momentum, like acceleration. I
Uh-huh.
didn't check the control option, but it's like, it does this basically. It goes, and like I don't know, it picks up like you're swinging a fucking baseball bat for no fucking reason.
It might be the acceleration you were talking about.
Shit's fucking stupid, dude. We're
You
in
might have to
2019.
You can probably
Fuck
disable
GT
that.
Goku.
Cobra says Remnant from the Ashes doesn't look too bad either. We played barely enough to talk about it, so once we play more of it, we'll give our breakthrough. Breakthrough? overview. So Gears 5. Just go to the
Horde.
campaign. Yeah, it's Horde. Like I played it.
I can. Yeah.
Oh, he had a question. The new
Campaign, I can-
weapons.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's definitely new weapons. There's new variations in weapons. Like there's a grenade launcher,
Lancer.
Lancer. So basically, you hold like the RB button, and he turns it to its side, and he has like a blue laser pointing at whatever target you have. Once you let go the button, like a small canister of mini rockets come out, shoot upward, and then rain down on whoever you aimed it at. It's like a nice little AOE attack, which is pretty dope. We only got to the first act. I think that's the only like new weapon, right? Because the Lancer one I think was from 4, right? The one with the bayonet in the front.
The retro one's old. They added like 7 SMG or whatever, like a spray shit I've never seen before.
No, the Enforcer was old.
No, they added like a, what the fuck was it called? They added like a pistol that's a machine gun kind of, and it's called the Talon.
The Talon is like
It's
a
and then there's a
pistol
different-
and a machine gun.
it's like a 3-round
It's an
burst or
SMG
something.
basically.
Oh, it's an SMG. My bad.
No, the one that I was using, it's full auto
Oh, okay.
as a pistol, and there's this not the Enforcer. There was another one I think that was also an SMG, but I don't remember. I don't remember.
So out of the weapons that you guys use, what is your best so far?
We only played through the first act, so I don't know if for what we played so far. The sniper shotgun is still
Shotgun
go-to-
and melee.
the go-to
The
Gears
revolver.
combo. Like
And since they've had the revolver, I've used the shotgun, I use a revolver, and then I melee them, and I throw all my grenades at people, and that's the game plan.
I'm pretty sure when Bryant plays the game, though, he doesn't just fire bullets at them. He throws them at him, too. Because he
What?
runs out of ammo so quick.
Yeah,
Every 5 seconds. I'm out of ammo. I'm out of fucking ammo. Where is my ammo going? Like,
But I tell you when-
No, I picked them up. One encounter later, I have to switch my gun.
how
I
many
don't know
times are
what's
you
going on.
shooting?
It was to the point where my revolver, I shot like twice, I reloaded, and then it said no ammo. I don't know what happened.
I was watching him, and he literally would be like, I watched him pick up a crate of ammo and go, you're full on ammo. And he goes, okay, I should have some shots for a while. Not 20 seconds later, you guys get into a fight, and he goes, psh, psh. Where the fuck did my ammo go?
Is there an enemy that takes ammo? Is the leeches taking ammo?
I don't know, dude, because there was a while I said, fuck it, I just started swinging my knife at them, because I had nothing. It was just run up and melee them.
Do they still have the quick reload thing?
Yes, the active
Yeah.
reload. But that changed mechanically now. So now there's a cooldown meter next to it. So the way it used to work before is whenever you reload, you activate whatever bullets are not in the cartridge, right? Now you can just buff your bullets as long as you have the active reload meter up. So you can get a full thing of ammo, waits for your cooldown to come up, hit it, the active reload. Now your whole clip is full with the bonus damage.
Oh, bonus damage.
That's what the active reload always did, was bonus damage.
Oh, okay.
On top
and a
of
faster reload.
on top of the faster reload. But
I'm just gonna go off. I'm just gonna sum up the campaign right now. I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. They're just throwing Kate can die. You don't ever say it's just a robot. Not in front of me. You can die, drown somewhere. The rest of it is just things happening. Hey, you remember when we were out there and then you shot first? No, because you never showed me that. Thomas, why you? I hate when games or movies
or
they drop you in
storytelling
and
like that, yeah.
Yeah, and they just throw out terms as if you were there. Bitch, I'm here to find out what happened, and you're not telling me what happened.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who's controllable?
We played up until the end of Act 1, and the end of Act 1 you played as JD and Dell, and you can play as a robot. You can play as at first was Dave, and then now you can play as Jack.
Can you play as Lizzie?
Way too soon. Way too soon. I wish. Anyway, and then I guess at the start of Act 2, we're going to be playing as the one Brian hates and hopes this dies, and then Dell again. Or
I'm okay
Jack.
with Dell.
And that
It
is
seems like
Dave.
I thought it was Jack. It's Jack.
Dave Bautista.
All right. So
So Marcus is not in the game anymore.
yeah, he is. You don't play as him.
Oh,
He's in.
his son.
Yeah.
But you don't play as him either.
Yeah. That's
For the first
JD.
part, he's
The
one
first
of them.
the first act you were playing as JD or Dell. It's basically a 3-player campaign. You play as 2 humans, and then the robot, who's assigned to you in that mission or whatever. So and the robot's very support heavy. Like you can go grab weapons from people, zap enemies, so we can like aggro them while you shoot them. It seems pretty
I can
useful,
drop
especially.
ammo on you.
Yeah, like Brian's was dropping ammo at me at first, and then he got tired of it because he wanted to shoot.
Yeah, I thought when you play as a robot, you're just a robot with a gun. But it turns out I'm just tasing people. Hey, you want this gun? No, I'll bring it to you. And they look at me and then I'm down. I'm like, no, I'd rather just lose all my ammo immediately for no reason.
Does he have more health than the human characters?
No, far less.
Like if
But
you
he can
shotgun me once at like mid distance, my screen's almost completely red.
But he also has stealth, so he can go invisible and move around.
But the second I either shoot or pick up something, it's like I'm right here, and they're like,
Yeah, like he's not the aggressor. Like he's there to support the team, not to do damage. But yeah, it feels like Gears so far. Only thing we played was Act 1. I wasn't gonna put it on this list, but Brian put it on here for me for whatever reason.
I didn't write it on yours.
Oh, it was Kelsey. So I was still right. Brian did write it on here.
I don't even know if I wrote it for myself, to be honest with you.
Since there's no link, okay. Because we didn't finish it, so I was like, I'll save it. And then I loaded up like a couple minutes before I started testing audio stuff. I'm like, who wrote Gears 5 on here? I should have clicked on the last edit. I'm like, okay, I guess Brian wants to talk about it.
No, I honestly don't know if I wrote it myself. Like on mine, I don't even remember if I wrote that.
Okay. Well, yeah, like so far so good. I guess nothing like offended me so far. Until like the handle's great.
No, I was offended.
With what?
There's still like 7 pounds of motion blur. Not only is the acceleration on the aiming, but it's like to turn, I have to drink 2 styrofoam cups of lean, and then I can turn.
That sucks, man.
Stupid.
What
dude.
about the
On PC, I can disable it.
what about
Oh,
the
that's
color
crazy.
scheme? Is the color scheme still the same?
There's blue.
There's more than that. They've actually added color now.
Yeah,
There
there's blue.
is definitely scenes where it, I guess right before we lose Lizzie, it was all orange, like because everything was on fire. It was cinematic. But as you're walking through, playing the game, killing stuff, it's very vibrant colors. Like the architecture is not just that's gray, that's light gray. Oh look, a dark gray. There's actually they're like, you know what? The Unreal Engine supports more than gray. Visually looks great. I'm playing on PC and I have it rendering at native 1080 without like any without like motion blur or that much depth of field because I don't really like all that blurring. It looks great, but
Somebody
the
should
aliasing
tell,
is like non-existent. Go ahead.
Somebody should tell EA that Call of Duty has more than just brown shades of brown.
EA doesn't do Call of Duty.
Sorry, not EA.
Run it back.
Whatever
Activision.
it is, Activision. Yeah.
I'll cut it out. Don't worry about it.
I was reading an article and they mentioned EA, and so that's what was stuck in my head. But you had mentioned the color gray, and I was like, oh, the Call of Duty thing, because every year it's like, oh, we have a new Call of Duty. This time we use a light shade of brown.
Yes. Man, as much as I can bash Call of Duty all day. I can play it all day too. It's one of those things you just love to hate, you know? And play too. See me in
Not all of
hardcore.
them.
Enemy. Yo, can I just end this podcast?
We still got another hour, dude. When's the podcast start?
Speaking of another hour, dude, that's how long I would have waited to play a single second of Children of Morta.
What?
Don't worry about it. I'll get to it. Go ahead. Talk about Children of Morta, Brian. as
you played it for
slowly as possible. Tell me
you
how
played it for
you
like 30
felt
minutes.
when you picked up the controller and the spirits went through your veins as you go through the doors of eternity. And when he woke up, he is now the. Let me play.
Is that the game with where you played as the arrow?
Yeah.
guy?
I mean, you can play while he's talking to you, but
I can
you
play
continue.
skip this stupid cutscene. Go ahead, Brian. You talk about like you actually know more about the lore. I'm assuming you kept playing, so
Yeah.
I guess give him the
Well,
setup. And
Before
we'll
I
talk about
start
gameplay
talking about
afterwards.
it, Bastion does the same thing, so that's why I'm confused why you're pulling that specific thing.
Bastion, I can fight while he's talking. I had to
can.
skip the talking to get to the fighting in Children of Morta.
No, usually you can skip the cutscene and he'll keep talking while you're doing stuff.
That's not what happened. But you were there. We were all there.
Well,
How many times I hit his
kept
start,
playing it.
and then the house zoom in like 6 times, Brian. That's not me playing.
You're not processing it correctly then. Cause,
Okay.
I was playing it and he'll be talking. Oh, the daggers will, and I'm Warren. So
All right, whatever you say. I mean, we were all there. Randall was there watching us doing it. Every time we finished a run, it's him. The centipedes went to the tree, and now I have powers that gave me toe fingers. And I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like,
Can you shoot toe fingers?
I didn't know. I didn't have time to. I was too busy trying to play the game.
Wasn't
Is what I
like
was trying to
people
do.
Constantly getting sick for something, fatigue.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, Brian, talk about the lore and stuff. I don't know what the heck it is. We talk about the gameplay afterwards.
the lore, you're a family that's kind of entrusted with being able to listen to the spirit of. It's like a nature spirit of where they live, and the grandma goes, something's not right. She goes to try to talk to the spirit. It doesn't respond for the first time. So then she's like, oh, some shit's going on. She sends, I think it's okay. You play as her son, but she's Grandma Margaret because there's multiple generations. You play as her son John, the guy with the sword and shield, and you go on to find out that the corruption, some like a ancient enemy, is somehow manifesting in a worse way than ever. You keep going along. You find out the main plot, at least in terms of what the conflict is very cookie cutter. You're the good guy for many years. Something's bad with the good guys. Get rid of the good guy thing. Most of the narrative is within the family. So you start and you only play as the father. One of his kids went out, I guess, just to try to help as well, and they haven't heard back from him since. So there's characters like one of the sons, Kevin. He's tired of sitting around waiting for him to come back, so he wants to help. He learns how to use daggers and runs off, but then he comes back, and people are mad. Why'd you run off? You could have died, whatever. Each time you play, it gives you incentive, I guess, to die, because when you come back, you get more lore. Like in the actual gameplay part, because you keep coming back to more lore. There's I mean, I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but not really. The guy who makes your armor for you, which is the main character's brother.
Sid?
He's like, oh, shit's getting real. The threat's closer than we think. Let me write to somebody to try to get their help. There's a sprained relationship, but he's like he swallows that pill to try to get the person to come here. As you keep playing and dying, you come back for more lore. Things keep time keeps passing. Oh, I haven't heard back. Let me send him more messages, and it keeps building tension. And then there's finally a payoff. There's always I guess in relation or in comparison to Dead Cells, where it's just, hey, he's just a dead thing. You come back, you die, you play the game completely over again. This gives you good downtime in the middle of it. There's stuff I can't spoil because this game is very narrative based. It's as much as I could talk about, but the family dynamics and how they grow as characters is the part that matters, not the threat itself, if that makes sense.
Now Anthony steps into the ring.
Yeah, talk about
The
gameplay.
gameplay mechanic master. Anyway, a very positive thing about this game is everything you do feeds into something else, which is a good loop. So, as he said, there's a bunch of family members, all different types of classes. Their skill trees not only has benefits for them, but for the family. So as you're leveling up each family member, when you hit a threshold, you've now upgraded all of the family. Like for example, a rogue. I think it's the rogue character. When you've leveled them up like 2 or 3 times, the what the heck? Yeah, 2 or 3 times. The family now gets like increased crit chance or something because he's like a rogue type character and whatnot. So that's the same thing that happens with like the buff, like the stronger tank characters. They'll get like more health or something, and it all feeds into each other. The thing Randall mentioned earlier is the longer you stay doing the runs as a certain character, the more cursed you become. Now, when you're more cursed, you have lower max health, and it keeps progressively getting small. Like your max health keeps decreasing as you go and do more and more runs as that character. The way to replenish it is for that character to sit out on the run. So he'll have to you have to pick somebody. If you're playing co-op, both of you have to not pick that character, and over time the curse will go away. So as you're going through as the father or whatever, getting a bunch of runs done, leveling up. Now, not only leveling up yourself, but also leveling up the family with whatever stats he can provide to the family. He's going to gain more and more curse. You can keep risking it and keep going, getting more and more and more curse and having less max health. But it's the game's way of saying, hey, you should probably play somebody else so you can level them up. And it's the cycle continues. You keep playing as another character as someone else's curse goes up or down, and you just keep playing and leveling up that's the roguelike part. Because you keep dying, but you still keep getting stronger because each of your family members are getting stronger, which entail all of the families getting stronger because they all have family bonuses. The combat, from the way I'm a very aggressive person, especially with melee. I don't know what Kelsey's laughing at right now. Are you talking? He's laughing at
I'm
us,
laughing
or?
in my chat.
Oh, okay.
Jamie's in here talking shit, and Brian's laying the smack down.
Got it. Okay. What was I at? The combat. Since I'm a melee focused person usually, I pick melee characters. The thing is, not all these characters have hit stun when you attack them, and there's usually a lot of enemies swarming you, so they don't really respect melee characters. Brian was cleaning up shop as an archer because he was a mile away from the enemy, just zoning them out. While I'm in there trying to swing at things, and they're like, well, there's no hit stun here, so as you're hitting me, I'm hitting you, and there's 8 of us, so goodbye your health. Or you can duck away once, and then you have to wait for the cooldown.
For that, I don't know.
For rolling away, which gets upgraded if you play the character that's known for like mobility.
I don't know if it scales if you're playing co-op or if you just weren't playing the character correctly, because I played the shield guy by myself, and the hits would keep them stunned, and my shield worked as intended. I never had like issues with anything.
There was times where I had my shield up and I died through it without my meter going all the way down, and I'm like, what? Is it positional? I don't know.
Well, yeah, you have to be in front of the shield.
Well, then where did I get killed?
There's some things that it doesn't stop damage from if it's an AoE, but you have your shield out, you just take reduced damage. I did that with the spider boss. Like, I still took 8 damage instead of like 20 something. But
if I can't throw anything at you, my shield blocks the strike of God, okay? That's how it works, all right?
I don't understand what that's supposed to mean, but
when I hit shield, nothing hits me. You understand me? That shield is passed down from generations. The Morta generation. You know what I'm saying? What you know about Mortas, Brian?
That's not their name.
I know it's not their name. It's the point of the joke.
What's their name, Anthony?
Children.
Oh. Stupid.
Where are we at? So yeah, I mean the loop is there. If you're a friend of roguelites, it does the roguelites mechanics very well. You find other buffs as well that you level. The economy is like coins and stuff you find that enemies drop. There's side missions as you're going through your runs, which gives you an incentive to explore and go other routes instead of just beelining to the doors to go to the boss. The bosses that we fought so far were pretty fine. Like, they weren't like unfair in any way. They telegraph their attacks for the most part, so you have a chance to like move or reposition from the ones we fought anyway.
So those are mini bosses.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
Never
remember if
mind.
it's you remember how they broke into 3 parts?
Yeah.
Like that one. I don't remember if I did a 4th section or if it was at the end of the 3rd part, but you fight a bigger boss. It wasn't that hard. I was zoning them, but it wasn't like there's ways some it seems like the melee characters specifically you have to put time into them to level them so that like their niche or what they're good at becomes worth playing.
Mm-hmm.
So like the monk guy at first he seems weak because he has a short stun on his whip thing and his attacks you don't go that far and they kind of disrespect you. But as you keep building him, the more hits you do, the higher your armor is. So if someone hits you, you just take reduced damage while you have that meter.
Mm-hmm.
You can increase your dash range so you can just Yoon lunge punch everywhere like an idiot.
Love it. You're winning me over.
Your whip, you can have longer stun. Your kill counter, you can get so the higher your kill counter, the more damage you just do to anybody.
What character
So
is that?
that's the monk, the one that just
The
starts doing
broken
interpretive
one.
dance.
Got it. All right.
I got
So-
all the characters. There's only 6 total. There's only
It's
6 total characters.
They showed the
They
silhouettes
each
when we
have
were
their own
playing.
lane. I don't know if I should say what they all do. I won't say who they are. But
Their own lane?
as I do this, I do this.
Got
do
it.
this.
I'm like, what do you... What?
You get basically a berserker class that's slow as fuck to swing, but they incentivize it by if you get hit, the next time you swing at somebody, it does more damage.
That sounds like my character,
It's somebody,
Randall.
but he's like really like. If you try to hit once, this is how long it takes you. There's certain parts that there's enemies that have extended range, so you're doing that, and then you're at half health. I'm like, all right, well, I don't.
That's my character, because then I can blame the game when I don't kill
You
him.
can. He has I think the biggest health pool, and you can make it so that your dash actually does damage, so you can like shoulder charge through people.
There
There's
you
a
go.
mage that we don't have that. You know how they all have their own meter, like for the shield. That's how much she can last. She uses mana for her ability, so there's no cooldown. It's just it's meter management. Yeah.
No, that's not my character, Randall. Randall, I just want to swing at things, and then when I hit them, they were thinking, why did I go up against this guy who swings things?
And then the other 4 we had, you have the main character, Sword and Shield, his daughter, which is an archer that can move and shoot. Kevin's the assassin archetype where he can go invisible. He can do like an AoE, but the goal with him is I don't know why you don't play him because you don't block ever.
I block when I had the sword and shield. I block all the time. That's how I died because I blocked and I
every
died.
game. No, I mean in every game.
Oh,
You just
okay.
want to press buttons.
Okay,
That's your
okay,
press buttons because the
That's
more
fair.
you swing, the faster you can attack.
I tried him. The dagger guy. I tried him. I didn't
Yeah,
like him.
I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah,
But
I didn't like
if
him
you-
either.
If you want to do that, he has
No.
like 3 dashes. So
I didn't like him because he has a slow wind up to get to attack fast.
you can upgrade his thing so that the duration between your hitting people. So I think you can make it 11 seconds. Or if you're not hitting anybody, it'll stay at whatever level it is for like 11 seconds. Then it wipes.
Well, then that might be useful because at first I'm like, oh, I can probably just attack really quickly. By the time I get to the next enemy, he's just like, and then slowly gets to him.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, I want to be like with a
One of
gun,
his
you know?
abilities makes him invisible. So if someone's about to swing at you stupid, you just and then you reset. I hate him. My favorite melee class is the monk because it just feels right, just comboing and interpretive dancing people until they die.
Yeah.
And my favorite ranged one is obviously the archer because I'm just trying to zone all day.
You don't have to
All
worry
day,
about a
every
meter.
day.
Like she gets a stun move later where she sings and then there's an AoE on her that they just stop moving for a little bit.
Well, that helps you get away then.
Yeah, so I'm like, and then I'm like,
Okay.
but
Um,
I really enjoyed this game. I'm in the second area. You know, we had the first one, finished that boss. There's fights in the middle, so there's this. I'm not gonna say what leads to it, but you're not in the dungeons. So a plot thing happens, you gotta immediately do something, and you're not in the dungeons. You're like back at the beginning. You know how you weren't in a dungeon, you're just in the forest.
Yeah.
There's times where you have to do stuff like that.
Well, as long as you have full health, you're fine, right? It doesn't like, oh, you only had 2 health in your last dungeon. Now you have to do this forest thing with only 2 health.
No, it's like you don't go from dungeon to that. It's like you finish a dungeon, and then
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, this
The
is
only
like
thing I
a
still
great
don't
game for Switch.
understand-
Like if I had this on Switch, it'd be
Yeah.
perfect for my lunch breaks. Like as much as I love Cadence of Hyrule, which is like probably top of the list right now from 2019. Like I'm kind of getting burnt out 'cause that's all I've been playing during lunch. So I need something new on my Switch. And this game I think would be great for my Switch.
This is up there for me. I like the sound design, the fact that he's telling me story while I'm bodying people. It keeps me invested. It's not like I have to beat this area to get story. There's always just something happening.
I just want to max out the stats.
That too, and the fatigue. I don't know what causes it. If it's like you're playing with them for too long, or like taking damage from corrupted people. I don't know what causes it. But
I thought it was
I guess that's
time down there. I thought they said time down there
I
in
don't
text
remember.
form. Like I thought it came up. And it's like, oh,
I don't
you're too
remember.
down there for too long. Swap characters.
I don't remember. But I guess
do.
that's their way of incentivizing. Stop playing only on one character. There's 6 whole characters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I recommend it. It's
There's
a
only
great
Joker.
roguelite. I
yeah,
haven't
that's what it
touched that
means.
character yet.
Because he prestige. He played him so much that he's back at the beginning.
So Randall, you haven't said a lick besides gear. You love Gears.
He has the
So
longest list here. I don't know why he hasn't talked.
did you do anything this?
Because you guys had a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, I mean, we skipped the week, so yeah, it kind of stacked.
He has so many things written down. I don't understand why he hasn't spoken yet.
Well, my week went to work. Is it working? Can you not hear me?
It's just that you
Yeah,
were
we can
aiming
hear
it
you.
to not your mouth. Go ahead, man.
So anyway, went to work, came home, went to the gym and the usual stuff. During the hurricane, got a chance to spend a lot of time with Brian and Anthony. Play some games. We played Ultimate Alliance. I think
Oh my god.
it's the
that's
second one,
true.
right?
Third.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we
Sec-
did play the sec. We played the second
Oh,
one
both.
over.
I mean,
Oh my
well, we
God.
did play the one on Switch,
Yeah, which is number 3.
but we beat? Yeah, we did.
We beat it. We sat. We stayed there until we finished.
which was funny in itself because we kept getting bodied by a sad person.
Fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, that was the dumbest. Who's gonna play it? No one's gonna play it. That last boss fight was trash.
I want to see that fight again with Iceman from Ultimate Alliance and just see him try that with me.
And cut to him just getting one-shotted.
So that was fun. Playing the old Ultimate Alliance was pretty cool. I mean, considering that the characters that Brian and I were playing were like severely OP compared to who he was using.
That's every time any game is like that. That's how it happens. I like a person who's melee. Brian's up with a zoner, and then Brian, tell him the first time we played Diablo 3 on console.
I forget. I was the hunter or the demon hunter, right?
Yeah, and then Johan was playing with us, and he was a mage.
Johan was playing the sorceress. Anthony was crusader or barbarian. Which one was it?
One of them
guy
that just
on the
has
horse?
melee.
No,
I think
no,
that's.
no, I wasn't zoning the first time we played. I think I was monk. But it was me teleporting in, pulling everybody into a
Yeah.
circle. Johan
And then
AoEs
Johan
like a
would just-
meteor,
But I
and then
couldn't
we
get
keep
to
teleporting
enemies.
out, yeah.
I just got XP. All I did was just run around and go and high five people, and that's what was our Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 was. Randall with what did you're Magneto, right?
Magneto.
Hitting him from who knows where and doing damage. Brian's over here with Iceman just freezing them up from a mile away. By the time I get to the enemies, they're dead. So I'm like, I guess free XP, right?
It was basically an ice beam, but it sounded like a revolver shot, and it did as much damage as a revolver shot. But I could be in like the first level, and they could be at the last level, and it still hits them.
Oh my! It always happens when it's like those type of isometric games. I end up just like, oh, I love melee characters, and I just watch people play. And sometimes I just pretend to walk up to dead people and swing, so people think I'm doing things.
I think the funniest the times was like when Bryant would freeze people or he would hit them and it would knock them in the air, and then I would do that thing with Magneto where I would push them out. And it would be like while you're in the middle of hitting someone or get ready to hit someone, and we would do that, and then the person would go over here, and then you'll run over there, then they'll go over there. By the time you get to them, they're already dead.
Yeah, I'm running around trying to get a hit in.
There are sometimes Anthony's playing Psylocke. I see him running up to somebody, swing at them. Mid animation, you just see the fucking revolver beam hit him, and then they're dead. And he's just like, you see him frustrated just from seeing a Psylocke because he goes from whiffing a punch to just standing there for a second. It's going, and then he moves on to the next enemy and it's dead.
So yeah, that was it was funny playing that. It was I think it was funny playing the newer one too, even though it was kind of frustrating because
It was fun up until that last boss. Like it was, I don't know if it was because we were under level or, yeah, because Brian playing Storm was hilarious doing the Marvel combos.
Yeah.
And then once we got to that last boss, it was like it was like unfair.
It didn't scale well.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was that or we just didn't do any of the that end game the trials thing enough to level up. I don't know what the case was, but.
All I'm saying is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 made every character I like as a character just so fucking boring to play.
The problem is that
They
they were very lazy in designing the game.
Combat mechanics weren't. It was, hey, what animation is gonna go for this button?
Yeah.
Because they all did the same. Mechanically, it's, hey, someone might have an AOE that's about the same size as everybody else's AOE. So hey, what
There's
animation are we
like
gonna play?
There's 7 for no reason. There's like 7 characters who just summon a whirlwind.
Yep.
Star-Lord can summon a whirlwind. The Wasp also has the same whirlwind. The Storm has the same whirlwind. Riddle me that.
They were playing Pokemon. Like, we're gonna assign this TM to Star-Lord,
Most of the
Storm.
characters
And...
aren't even fun. I don't know. That game just felt like quick to throw money at people, so they throw money at us, and then that's what happened.
Yeah, we got through it, but then I'm like, yeah, the assets look great.
You think maybe it was made for a younger generation?
It could have been, because it's been a while since 2 came out, so it might have been like a way to reintroduce it to the mainstream, maybe for a younger audience.
Because
I don't know.
That game was not complex at all. Like you couldn't even do combos really. It was more like do what the game is designed to do, and there's no creativity outside of that.
Like you might be able to juggle them once or twice, but then they'll fly 7 miles away, so you can't continue. Like, it's not Castle Crashers, where you can just
you have like a binding character, they're just gonna fly off, and then you do this, and then you do that 7 times, and everybody's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like number mechanics in it. Like, oh, like maybe once you leveled up this crystal like 86,000 times, you'll have 7% increase in damage.
That junk seemed...
I'm like, what is it? It didn't even seem worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
What pissed me off about leveling up your abilities and everything leveling up the exact same way is coming from Mass Effect 2 and 3, where you can branch and have a completely different move. Being like, oh, it doesn't matter what move you do, if you upgrade it one more time, it does more damage.
That's so
lifeless.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
It was very lazy.
Yeah, but fuck GT Goku though.
Just tell us how you really feel.
I haven't played since last time.
I think that's it. Besides that, unless you got anything to add, Randall, because you're still at the hurricane weekend, so.
I mean,
What'd
that
you
was
do
it.
after?
We played games. We surprisingly for the first time we didn't actually watch any movies well, no, that's not true. We watched a little bit of Megalobox.
Oh, that I couldn't. I don't know why. That
language.
Huh?
In the wrong language.
It's not the language, bro. Like the pacing of that. With what you were describing this anime to me, I'm like, from the get go, I'm in. Yo, I was falling asleep on the first
That's
episode.
Your fault.
Like where's the boxing?
You haven't even gotten to when the boxing starts.
That's unfortunate.
Like
If it's called Megalobox, I want you hitting
God.
as often as possible. You know, this is what happened. You introduced me to JoJo, where things happen at Mach 7. So I'm like, there's no wasted time in JoJo. It's like, oh, this is happening. Boom, dead. Next person, let's go fight. You're dead. Next. And these people are like, yo, I'm in the slums talking about my box, and I don't want to throw money. And yo, hit someone, dude. Like. Ah, my goodness.
Else, if you were to listen to it, the English voices, the coach that was telling him to throw, it has like a New Yorker accent, like an old New Yorker accent. But you're like, let me listen to it with these generic ass Japanese voices. Y'all scum, you know that?
That wasn't gonna save it.
No, trust me, it would have. You say that, but the most memorable line for you in Marvel Heroes is "You're going down, pal," and that's with the New Yorker accent.
You're going down, pal. Yeah, I love that. That was funny. It's because it was a freaking MMO Diablo thing, so you fought the same enemy 1,000 times, and you know what type of enemy. I can play that game blindfolded because I know what enemy I'm fighting. You're going down, pal. It's the stupid gangsters.
After I bought Nova in that's when like, oh yeah, we're going down soon. I was like, all right, well, good thing I bought this character.
You're going down, pal. That's what they said to you when you bought it. You just destroyed me, brother. I'm gonna be saying that all 20 minutes from now.
It's better that than
You got the cashola?
Oh, you need to get the hell out of here with that.
Wow, can we? How do we boot him from existence? Yeah, so Megalobox, I give it another shot, but it might have been I was just sleepy that day or something, but that did not hit the way I thought it was gonna hit.
Not with that attitude.
You didn't get to the hits. That's why.
It's because I think it's the JoJo thing. Like JoJo was, you know how much I've only watched 3 episodes since last time, and so much has happened.
Yeah.
Like the time Javi tried to play it on here and it wasn't playing. Or it wasn't the whatever. I'm like, whatever. I went to go watch it. Yeah, we couldn't hear it, so I watched 3 episodes after that. So much has happened.
That show's very easy to binge. Let's see, maybe a month, and then I was caught up to where they were before it ended. Like before, I was caught up to where that recent episode was, just because it's weird enough to make you want to keep watching. And it happens quickly, so you don't. It never felt like I was fatigued watching it, or like Legion, where they just throw too much shit at me, and my body panicked and just fell asleep on the first episode.
Yo, Legion, you have to be you gotta prep before, because there's a lot of visual storytelling.
If somebody talks to you mid-scene, you have to rewind it. It's okay. It's like a hyper version of Ghost in the Shell, where like if you miss one episode, you'll be lost. If you miss one bit of dialogue, like, oh, why is he a robot? Or like something like that.
Why are they upside down and talking to a stove? Like, what's...
Yeah. Wait, he's fat now?
Yeah. Johan says that I think part 6 is going to be peak JoJo for me. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, we're on a rant. Randall, what else? Megalobox and what else?
I watched Apple's... event today.
Oh, I read the live blog of what happened today.
Did they announce iPlay?
Apple Arcade.
Yeah. What'd you think of everything that was announced?
Okay.
What's Apple Arcade? Is that like
a paid subscription of games? You still have to download
Stadia?
it. No, it's called Apple Arcade. Fuck. You pay $5 a month for the family subscription, which means I guess it might be cheaper for just individual, maybe. Or maybe that's just the base one. And anyway, you can just download. It's like Game Pass, but for for iOS.
When we get to the news, let me know.
Okay. I mean, we're basically just at this point just vomiting out things because we're already like 2.5 hours in. So
he hasn't finished his listing yet. So whenever he's done with what he did, big news. I mean, someone wrote TGS on here, so that's the one thing I'm looking forward to with this that I'm gonna say. But okay, keep going.
So yeah, they had the Apple Arcade stuff. What else? The Apple
Tokyo Game Show.
The Apple TV Plus thing, which is like their video streaming service, which is also $5 a month. And I think it's just their shows. I don't think it's other that I know of. I didn't look into it. I don't know if it's other people's shows, like what Netflix is doing, or like I don't know if there's any deal. Like I think it's just their original content for $5, which I guess is really not bad. They're giving away a year of it if you buy what is it?
Any Apple device.
Any Apple device. So it's think of any Apple device.
Does that include the $1,000 Apple stand?
Yeah, no, that will cost $940 technically because you get an Apple TV Plus subscription, which equals $60. So that's a deal right there. $940 for a stand, Randall. How many have you pre-ordered? Get the heck out of here, dude. They showed trade-in values now, so you can trade in like the iPhone 8 for one of the new ones, so it could be cheaper. They're doing financing, I think now. I don't know if they did that before.
Yeah, they've always done financing.
Oh, okay, so I mean, you can get the new phone for like $17 a month. Um,
The new
the
the
iPads
iPhone
and stuff.
11.
Yeah, iPhone 11.
Well, particularly the Pro, it has 3 cameras.
Oh, I gotta say something about that. I saw the trailer for that, and I almost laughed at work.
The triple camera thing.
No, because the thing before, because I was reading the live blog because I can't watch something while I'm at work.
Can't
Right?
want.
Well, both. And
I
then
don't understand that, but okay, go ahead.
and I saw what the iPhone 11 looked like. I'm like, oh, they added two cameras on the back end side because it does something else, right? And then like they show like a teaser trailer, like a GIF of the video of announcing the Pro one, and it just zooms out to a third camera. And I'm like, this better not be that's better not be the whole thing. Is you added a third camera. And then they go into like how it's used, and it's more cinematic, and you can use it to use, what is it, Filmic or something?
Yeah, you can do stuff that you could do with a DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
And you can record at 4K at 60 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also record from 4 different. No, yeah, you can
Three.
you can record
Oh,
from
4,
4
yeah.
different angles at the same time, simultaneously. Which
With
I,
three
So
cameras.
third angle.
So if you
yeah. Which I thought was very cool though.
yeah, I saw that. That's the Filmic thing I was talking about. So like, if you're a filmmaker and you want to do like a shot and reverse shot for like a dialogue scene,
Reverse
you can
cowgirl.
place. I guess that's a scene too. Yeah, because you'll have it. No, because it's reversed. You'll be looking the other way. Okay, so you can put it between two subjects, and it could be filming one speaking directly to the other one. And since it's a two-faced freaking phone, one of the cameras looking forward, the other one's looking backward. You can record at the same time.
That's nice.
Like it's things like that I'm like, okay, that it has its uses, but
I saw what it looks like. In like a month ago, they leaked what the Pixel 4 is gonna look like. Identical. So I don't know if it's confirmed what the Pixel 4 looks like, or if Apple and Google are gonna combine because they're doing the same shit but in parallel timelines.
I mean, the design's always gonna be the same. It's get everything off screen, and then they're gonna make it as thin as possible. That's been
With
the
cameras
goal
too,
since.
I mean, the 3 that showed for the Pixel 4 leak. It also
It
shows.
showed a third camera too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there you go, I guess. But yeah, I saw like besides that they had what else? iPad upgrades and stuff, like a new iPad, a new watch, Series 5, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just updates on their hardware. I think it was. Their new versions of their hardware.
I don't know if it's the iPad 2. It probably is, but the new iPhone has the new chip.
No, the A13 Bionic.
Yeah. And the battery life is, well, if you get the Pro, the battery life is increased by 5 hours.
So yeah, that happened. I think today it happened. Like I said, all right. It seems like an incremental update. I haven't seen anything that was like, oh, whoa. But I don't expect to see that from even Android at this point. Like we're kind of at a standstill with what a phone's going to be able to do. Like I
know
the
that
Switch.
Samsung's. Go ahead.
It's the phones is like one step away from just becoming a laptop. That's basically what it is.
I mean, they're basically already are. Like you could, there's a
That's-
lot of stuff that you can play on your computer that you
Yeah.
can play on your phone.
I think it's parallel to what they're doing.
I don't know,
with
you guys.
gaming,
You
where-
guys just literally threw the basketball at me. Soon it's any game on your phone. Welcome to Stadia.
Welcome
All right, go
to the
ahead.
internet going down.
Nobody gives a fuck
4G is
about
always
Stadia.
connected unless you're in a hurricane.
Depends on where you live.
4G is also not 4G depending on where you live.
5G's coming, guys. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not a real
shit.
thing. It's not. I promise
The
you.
6G's a thing.
It's not.
11G, my bad.
5G
Dang,
is gonna
Johan
be
got me,
what
dude.
4G is supposed to be. It's supposed to, like 4G is supposed to be 100 megabytes per second everywhere, but it's not. The LTE bullshit that they throw at you is anywhere from 10 to 100.
Yeah, I get that. I get 100 and something here.
No, it's like true 4G is supposed to be 100 at all times. Period.
Oh, okay.
So I read back to
Ooh,
the
I know
phones, but
somebody
I read
caught that.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Snap his own neck, I think.
Yeah, I think I just killed myself when I'm living in an alternate reality. Go ahead.
So you guys know about graphene, right?
I mean, not
How
personally.
it's like,
But pencils?
no, that's graphite.
Oh.
Graphene is like the next god material. Uh,
Like pencils? Go ahead. Well, Brian writes up an excuse, dude.
see what you did there. So Samsung, I think, is merging some graphene components into their batteries to help extend the life, basically doubling the life of its battery for
Okay.
its new phone.
When is that supposed to hit? Like for next year's model, or they're still in R&D?
I want to say it's for next year's model,
Ooh.
but I'd have to go find the article again. So I'll have to. I'll see if I can find it.
All right. Oh, besides, what else we'll talk about the Apple stuff, Randall? Anything on
I
there
think that was pretty much it.
anything piqued your interest? Anything you pre-ordering?
I don't know. I might get the 11 Pro because I have that service. I don't know if you want to call it service, but I pay an extra $5 on top of my bill, which allows me to get a new phone anytime I want.
You sure? What carrier do you have?
AT&T.
Okay, I thought it was like okay. So it's not like the T-Mobile one where once you pay half of it, you can upgrade.
No, this you actually pay $5 extra on top of your bill, so that anytime a new phone comes out, you can immediately get it.
Well, for T-Mobile, you pay a certain amount on top of it too. So then, when you pay half of it, you can switch out
Yeah, no, this is at any time.
at any time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so do you currently own your phone now, or is it like a
It's on a lease.
lease thing?
It's on a lease.
Yeah, I pay monthly for it.
If he's able to swap at any time, he's on a lease.
Yeah.
You can't just like use the phone and then just get the next one free. You're basically renting it. So 11 Pro is what you're going with?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
What do you
thinking.
mean,
Well, the reason I said that because I'm thinking like there's only two things I was thinking about as far as recording
Asses.
videos. It's either I was gonna get a DSLR
Yeah.
or I might as well use the phone, the 11 Pro.
You can still use your phone now, Randall. It's a really good camera.
No, I'm not saying that it's not, but I don't think I'm pretty sure this doesn't record in 4K and 60 frames, and I want to record in 4K.
But that's the thing that I don't understand. You're not gonna have your camera stretched to be 4K. It's gonna be smaller than 4K itself. If that makes sense.
But the resolution, my picture would be really, really clear.
But it's still gonna be clear because you're making something big small again. I don't know if I'm saying. I don't know how to use you guys' words.
I don't think you're on the same page, Brian. When you're recording 4K, the video is still 4K. So when he transferred it to a 4K screen, it's still going to be 4K.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's using his phone camera to record him, like the way we're doing now with our cameras for this podcast, it doesn't matter if it's 4K. It's gonna be. His camera's not gonna take up the full screen, so it's still gonna look clear regardless. Is what I'm saying. Like it doesn't need to be 4K for how small he's gonna have his picture-in-picture camera thing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, what depends on his use case. What are you going to be using the 4K 60 for?
Well, I'm going to swap back and forth between showing me full screen and then showing me small screen. Like I'm going to do a whole bunch of editing, in other words. But I'm going to do like me full screen, me small screen, and then sometimes like if I'm doing if I'm drawing, I might show just the intuos that I draw on. I might show that while I'm drawing, and then I might do a camera cut where I might stop drawing and I might talk about what I'm doing or whatever, and I'll be full screen.
Is that the face you'll have when you do full screen?
What, this?
Yeah.
Probably.
The cock ain't even that long though.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
You said it, Randall.
Yeah, not me. Oh shit, you wanted the shower cam. Oh, there you go.
Cobra says the question is, how many of your viewers have a 4K monitor?
Yeah.
Huh?
Cobra's asking how many of your viewers have a 4K monitor. A lot. To be honest, that's a question that's been said a lot. 4K is super affordable at this point. The number is probably a lot higher than you think it is.
I mean, there's a lot of if you go
in America.
If you go on YouTube right now, there's a lot of people who have 4K videos available for their videos.
Yeah, like that's not a. That I understand that question, but for what the platform he's probably gonna be posting it on, it doesn't matter. YouTube will. It's better for him to have the 4K, so when they do get 4K monitors, he has the content for them ready. That makes sense. Like that's like saying like, we should only do 1080p because not everyone in the world has 4K. No, if you can do it in 4K, do it in 4K. Because once they inevitably do get a 4K monitor, when they get as dirt cheap as 1080p monitors do now, they'll have the content ready, good to go. And YouTube, when you're playing YouTube on any device, it's like, oh, this is a 1080p screen. They transcode it on the fly. So,
Jamie just got a new camera for his stream, and it definitely looks super crisp. I mean, it doesn't have any of that grainy crap from, the 1080p webcams and things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you look at my camera when you said that.
I actually didn't. I was actually looking at Anthony, but we'll go with it.
Oh, mine's flaking out on me. So.
Lighting.
Mine's definitely flaking out. I think it's at the end of its lifespan. Or maybe it's just the power surges. Who knows?
Isn't yours like the T model?
Excuse me?
Like Ford?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be the whole purpose of
getting the 4K 60. Oh, so you know what? Once you get that 11, it's September 19th, I think, or 20th. It comes out, right?
September 20th.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. The podcast after that date, we're gonna have a review. We can have an unboxing if you want.
Wait, you're getting the phone September 20th?
I mean, he said he can get it at any time, so he could probably just walk in and be like, "Yo, give me that day one."
Hopefully,
stuff.
I can walk in here, provided that they have any left.
They'll be fine. I don't think there can be shortages, Randall.
What's gonna happen is he's gonna get his audio shit together. He's gonna use his phone as the camera, and he can be in his own room for the podcast.
We'll see if that happens. He said he was gonna do that. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I mean, he said a lot of things, but I'm saying what the game plan is now. I'm making the decision for him.
Cobra, he said he's getting the 11 Pro, I think. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to go get the 11 Pro. You don't want the Max? Or what I think it was called? The
Pro is the highest one now.
I thought there was 3. There's 11 Pro, and then a Max one.
No, it's... well, you can look it up. I'm pretty sure.
Don't worry, in 6 months they'll release a Max S.
I think
for another
biggest
$300, you get
the
an extra
biggest
six.
Pro you could get is like 6.5.
This guy just wants a cock in his pocket, dude.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You have to click at the top. Go all the way to the top of your phone.
Oh, I thought they showed 3 phones up there. Okay, never mind. I could have sworn that's what I saw. But I'm blind. 2. I guess it's just 2. I thought I saw... There it is. 11 phone Pro Max.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not crazy, Randall. I saw that image. It was an image. It wasn't like a video thing,
Just because you saw the image doesn't mean you weren't crazy.
Man, you're speaking a lot of truth right now, dude. You know what else is speaking a lot of truth right now? Naughty Dog on September 24th when the Last of Us event starts. So mark your calendars, Randall. You can record a live reaction. This is perfect for you, Randall. So now there's going to be an event for Last of Us Part 2 with your 4K 60 FPS camera. You can record a reaction, and that'll be your first upload.
What's going on?
Oh my God, Randall! Like, can you look at the doc for once? Like, I'm kidding.
What do you mean by event media?
There's a media event, so there's going to be more information on Last of Us. Probably a release date. Or more gameplay, maybe there's gonna be more Last of Us, Randall. We haven't heard about Last of Us since last year.
I'll do a reaction to that video if you do it with me.
Why do I have to be? It's your 4K. This is you. This is your first video on there. Why I gotta?
I understand that, but I mean, it's better when you have people to feed off of.
Okay. All right, you guys heard it here first.
When is it?
Actually, I don't even know if it's gonna be
September 24th.
Oh, but wait, it's not gonna be for the public. It says RSVP to your PR contact, so it might be private for journalists.
I don't know why the fuck they posted it on Twitter. Piece of shit.
Because Jeff Keighley loves to put up hype. Did you not see that Gamescom presentation about how great Kojima was?
It's awful.
Gosh. All right.
You can't see the dick though. You can pee, but
Yeah. Oh my. Let's not get started. What else you got on here, Kelsey, for news? Well, Brian, since you had one loaded up, what did you want from
Tokyo
TGS?
Game Show, September 12th. They're gonna show a bunch of news for the new Guilty Gear.
That's confirmed?
Yeah, bitch.
Did you just flick me off? I just asked you a question.
I don't like your energy.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Arc Systems confirmed it. I'll make you guys hold me to this too. I told Johan and a friend of mine from middle school that also plays fighting games, the Hitbox Kid. In old Guilty Gears, the first one I've played was the one that Randall had on his PS3. And the character that stuck with me the most, at least, like his personality and his animation stuff, Slayer was my favorite character. And that's the vampire guy that is like, I don't know, he's just cool. But I never mained him because he's really hard to play. So I told Johan and then my other friend, if he's announced in this game, I have to main him, no matter who else is at in the game. So you
What
guys
if
have to hold
Sagat's
me
in
to
there?
that. Well, I can't blame him. I forgot he's in.
No.
But it does
Unfortunately.
say Guilty Gear trailer. But yeah, it's running from the 12th to the 15th, and they released a ton of titles that they're going to be talking about. There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Tokyo Game Show is definitely a huge show. So usually that's a lot of Japanese developers.
Was that Robin Williams?
Yeah. His final net worth made us speechless. That's just blogs trying to get clicks. So there's a lot of usually just like a lot of stuff they're gonna show off. That's what like the Japanese developers like Japan Studio from Sony like show off their game, and there's gonna be a lot of
Some
new
these
trailers.
games are out.
Yeah.
Controls on here.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what's upsetting me? You know what's upsetting me right now? Dragon
Everything.
Ball Z Kakarot's on there. But they won't tell me when Broly's coming out again.
No, why would they?
Bitches.
Zordon wants to ask you, Randall, what's your opinion on the UK political crisis?
I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, like I don't
He
need.
also asked- he also
I'm
asked what
sorry,
you
I
believe
guess.
in.
What?
He also asked what does Randall actually believe in, and I think I answered that pretty well for you.
Can you tell us? I can't see what he wrote.
I put life after love.
Yeah, that is definitely the correct answer. We're gonna move on. A good job on that. All right. Anything else you want to talk about in here?
So
Gotta
the
wrap this up.
Blasphemous
I think we're
launch
almost at-
trailer,
What?
There's a new game called Blasphemous that came out today. I think you would actually really enjoy it. It's similar to shit.
If it's shit, then I want to play it. Dang it! Clean stream the rest of 2019.
It's on my wish list. I think I showed you, Anthony, when I told you about Darksburg,
Uh huh.
but I don't remember if you cared or not.
I'm trying to think of what game you were playing recently that I could compare it to, but it looks really cool.
Hollow
it's like
Knight?
an action RPG, sort of like Hollow Knight, but not quite as fast paced, I guess. It looks
like
very
this.
interesting.
I love the sprites they're using.
Yeah.
It's
gritty and it looks good.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So I put that on there because I thought you would like it. It came out today on like every platform.
Is it early
Uh,
access? Oh, okay. That's not early access.
No, it's out. It's on sale if you get it before September 17th. You get 10% off. So those $3 stay in your pocket.
I'm gonna have to get this, dude. This looks dope. He has
So, it
dashes?
looks
Oh,
really
that's the
cool.
enemy. It's pretty graphic. Yo, he just. What am I looking at?
I love how he's talking about a video that he won't show on his stream.
Yeah. Well, because it's very graphic. That's why. There's a baby.
Okay.
No, fam. I can't show that. It was a baby cut down the middle with blood coming out of it.
I see you've never
Okay,
played
I understand the
Darkstalkers.
problem.
Reynolds over there having a fun old time with that.
He's just thinking about his new iPhone.
So moving
Ugh.
on, KFC is actually releasing a dating sim where you can date the Colonel.
Why did you put this on
I'm
here?
installing them.
Why did you put this on here?
Hilarious. It looks like an anime dating sim for KFC, and it is hilarious to watch. You should watch the trailer. It's only 30 seconds,
I mean, do I need
but it's
audio?
fucking great. I don't know. I haven't listened to it with audio.
Oh, so you just need to
It's like-
see it? Okay.
You
it's
just need to watch
it's-
it.
Oh
It's
my
anime.
god.
It's
Yeah.
anime music playing.
It's only 30 seconds, but it is priceless.
They're really trying with the marketing. I'll give them that. 'Cause they've been trying
be
so many different
Professor-
things. Yeah, they made the Colonel into so many things, dude.
I want the professor dog. I want to make love to him.
I can't remember who it was, if it was KFC or Popeyes or one of them, but they're supposed to be coming out with vegan chicken strips or chicken
KFC.
something. It's KFC.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I had on here is that CD Projekt Red announced that they are going to have multiplayer in Cyberpunk 2077.
It's not gonna be a launch thing. They're gonna look into it
No,
after the
it's
game
gonna
comes
come
out.
afterward.
I don't want to play with anybody.
Yeah, like
But
if they add it, cool. If they don't, cool. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
very neutral about it.
depending on how like the game itself plays, like and what multiplayer adds to it, it could be either really great or just whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, when I'm playing Cyberpunk, I want you to leave me alone. That's what I'm. That's
So
what I
you're
did
not
with
streaming
Witcher.
it?
Damn. I
Oof.
don't know.
I got him.
It's probably
Oh.
gonna be a me time game.
So I missed the second part of this tweet. It says the plan for now is to deliver Cyberpunk 2077 in April, then follow up with free DLCs and single player content. And
Yeah.
then once we're done, invite you for some multiplayer action.
The
That's
Witcher
about right.
did a bunch of free DLC too. Witcher 3.
The first one, second, or third one?
There's only 2. I don't know why you keep mentioning 3. It's Witcher 2 and Witcher 3.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. I think we're like at 3 hours and 30 minutes now. Or no, we're
It is
actually
a
at
lot.
Pre-show.
almost at 3 hours. No, we're still.
Well,
I gotta do some
This
heavy
is only
editing
like an
now.
hour because we started late.
No, I mean, I gotta edit that first like 20 minutes out where we thought we can hear you. I got editing to do. That's what I got editing to do. So, I guess we can wrap this thing up. That's nothing much here. And Zordon keeps talking about something about 90 Day Fiance. He looks up things that I have no idea what is going on, and then he asks me questions.
Yeah, but what's your 1 mile runtime, Randall?
Randall, what's your 1 mile runtime?
I still need to race Javi.
I don't know, to be honest.
Javi says 2 seconds, so Brian, if you got that kind of speed, you better hope it's raining.
If it's raining, you won't see me beat him.
It's probably like anywhere between 12 to 15 minutes.
12 to 15 minutes, Zordon. And that's it. Any other questions, you know where to go. You go to topics@adlrplays.com. He says WTF. All right, guys. What are you guys doing this week? What do you guys plan for this week?
Well, the big plan was to donate towards Brian's hitbox. And if you want to donate, you can go to the link that he's going to post here in just a second.
Randall, what are you doing this week?
What happened?
He's asking, is he... Okay, Zordon, this is your last question. Do you have an injury?
Do I have a what?
An injury?
No.
No is your answer for that question. We gotta wrap up. Papa Bear got to put his foot down, all right?
Ooh.
When does the podcast start?
Randall, what are you doing this week?
I mean, obviously go to work and go to the gym. I'm probably gonna try to get some
Milk.
models done for the Platano 3. That's it.
Brian, what are you doing this week, man?
Tomorrow I'm streaming the new Siege update. Thursday's not a stream day, so I'll either just work on music or I don't know. And Friday, Borderlands 3 is out. I already bought my copy on Epic Games. So it's the millisecond, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm fragging with my pets.
It should be 7.
For what?
It unlocks at 7 here in
I don't
Eastern.
care when it unlocks. I start my stream at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it as in like you're gonna be there the second it's unlocked. I'm like,
If
what?
you want war with me, like you can just tell me. But that's what I'm gonna do. Kelsey and I are gonna play. I think E-Man might join. I don't know. And a friend of mine from middle school might join too. I don't know.
There you go. You got a squad already. Okay. Well, Kelsey, you got an
What are you
actual
doing?
answer, or you gonna plug somebody else's hitbox?
I thought it was pretty smooth.
We didn't
Um,
even coordinate that.
I'll
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
playing Borderlands 3 this weekend. Hopefully get to stream some with Bryant. I really gotta get over to the other house and start cleaning out the garage because we're hopefully getting
A deal?
an offer on the house.
What did I say? Deal? An offer? Yeah. Sorry.
So gotta get it cleaned out so that because we have the wedding in a month and then we'll be gone for that entire month, and if
Oof.
it gets
Yeah.
sold while I'm gone,
Then you're gonna lose a car too.
apparently being forced into going to Mexican food tomorrow for my birthday. Because the wife.
What? One more time?
So Shannon, we go to Senor Tequila's all the time with some friends of ours, and it's usually on Wednesday.
Okay.
And our friends came over and helped us clean up our yard at the old place because they have a chainsaw, and she was like, "We got to take you guys out. We should go to Senor Tequila's." What?
My mind was, you said yard, but you said they helped me clean with a chainsaw. So I imagine them putting away things with an active chainsaw. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
I just imagine instead of sweeping, they're just rubbing a chainsaw on like your floors.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
But she was like, "We should go to Senor Tequila's." And then they were like, "So how about on Wednesday?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And then later I was like, "My birthday's Wednesday." And she just looks at me and goes, "Guess we're going to Senor Tequila's for your birthday. Tough shit."
Oh, well, there you go. For the viewers, tomorrow is his birthday, so if you guys want to spam him with happy birthdays now, that'd be great. I'm seeing people actually do it. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing this week, tomorrow, I probably won't stream. I'm going to help a friend of mine set up his stream setup. I tried doing it last weekend, but he was missing some parts. Cobra says happy birthday, by the way, Kelsey.
Thank you, Cobra.
Yeah, so I probably won't stream tomorrow. Thursday, I'll probably stream. So, what are you doing Thursday, Brian? We can continue this Gears thing.
I don't know, dude.
So maybe Gears Thursday. Otherwise, I'll find something else to play. I might get Blasphemous because that looked really cool.
It's on my wish list. If you buy it, I'm installing it.
Gotcha.
Actually, I don't even have too many.
Yeah, play Borderlands. You got Borderlands. Okay.
Everything is coming out around this time because then at the end of the month, I have to decide if I'm getting Destiny with all the DLC. If I do, I play that for a few days, and then guess what's out? Indivisible finally. So I'm playing that. Boom, April, Cyberpunk. I have like too many fucking games. I have to finish Fire Emblem still. It's
You haven't even
crazy.
touched Octopath.
I know I have 2.5 characters.
All right.
Play Gears Thursday, maybe you said.
Yeah, and then that's it. I don't think I'm not streaming the weekend. I'm gonna be recording probably Control or
I have to play Control too. Still,
yeah, I think Control.
started it. I was gonna
finished
put that
Shovel
on my
Knight.
list.
I finished Shovel Knight. The rest of the episodes are airing every morning at 9 a.m. The final episode, I think, is on Friday or maybe Saturday. I think Friday. So, if you guys want to see Spectre of Torment again, not a run, and like
What's your
speed
PB?
running. Oh, it's 2 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good, dude.
It's not. And then next, I think, is Gears and maybe Control. Next of the series. And that's about it, people. This is episode 62. The Trainwreck is what is, again, you'll see it online as The Trainwreck.
Oh, I forgot to mention Tekken 7 Season 3 started and Zafina's out today.
Oh,
Along
nice.
with the extensive patch, balance
Balance
patch.
patch. Nice. Randall, you heard that?
He won't even let me play my main, but you can sign us off.
So when are you guys first setting? Is it when you get up here?
No, yeah.
If you want to support
gonna be
this,
my wedding gift? Is Brian and Randall first 10?
the wedding
No, your
gift is
wedding
the
gift
table I'm
getting
gonna
me a
smack
hitbox on
over
this
you,
list right here, dude.
both of you. Patreon.com/ADLR Plays if you want to support this train wreck of a show. Extra Life, the ADLRplays.com if you want to donate to a fantastic cause. The proceeds going to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Topics, the ADLRplays.com if you want to request a topic for us to talk about in future episodes, in future train wrecks. And that's it, people. Episode 62, a Megalodon episode.
This is the best one yet,
Thank
man.
you for watching, and goodbye. That's for the stream and for everyone, so thank you guys for watching. Bye.